Welcome back to High Talk, Real Talk, where the topics burn faster than your spliff. I am your one and truly only best host of the day.
Lies he tell.
Mad Trini, man. We are here to talk again with some friends. My little friend over here, Miss Host, the beautiful.
The hostess with the mostest? Yeah.
I ain't say all that.
I did.
I ain't say all that.
I did.
I was trying to bring you in on a nice.
Yeah, I
you know what I
did.
mean? The most beautiful.
I did.
But then you came with the hostess and the. You know what? We're not gonna do this today. We're not gonna do this
A
today.
little bit too high.
We not. I tried. You know what I mean?
Bring it down a little.
Anyways,
Yeah, you know what I mean? I
the
tried.
hostess with the mostest.
You see, I tried to bring her in the most beautiful. You know what I mean?
Empress
She had to.
Davy.
Snatch it away from
Yeah. Anyway, I got my homie here, man. I got my homie here. I mean, in Orlando, he don't need no introduction. But however, we're gonna introduce him because he got a business and we want to support each other. So go ahead and tell him about yourself.
What's good? Miley, owner of Miley's Corner. We out here doing the podcast. Appreciate you guys having me.
Best
We appreciate
hookahs
you coming
in
through, man.
Orlando.
Best hookahs in every club, every party, every event. Come check him.
Don't know. Now you know.
What's the name of that show? Y'all seen that show, the Trinidadian show? If you don't know, now you know. No. Okay, I
Nah.
get.
The skits guy?
Yeah,
I don't know his name, but I've seen it.
yeah. He. Anyway, he.
I'm
he-
Chinese.
he- What that mean?
Just.
So your feet is only Guyanese? On your feet?
You know what? All right, how about this? Let's get on the topics for today, right?
Let's talk. What we talking
And
about
today we're gonna talk about
Oh, Lord.
basically things just
little
basically
scared.
around friendships. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All right. Let's do it.
Because a lot of people use that word today
Loosely.
very loosely. You know what I mean?
Very loose.
And I feel like accountability in friendships is not even there no more.
I don't even
Loyalty
You
and
know what I mean?
liability is not there anymore.
With that being said,
Yes.
let's talk about this, right? If you have a friend,
Yes.
right, and you have an enemy, is it loyal or disloyal?
A friend of my friend, an enemy of my friend is
Right.
my enemy too.
That's how I
Supposed to go.
right.
Supposed to.
But
If you born in the 90s,
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to
you know
go.
what I mean? So if your friend, like, let's say you have an enemy, right, and your friend is friends with this enemy, are y'all really friends?
Yeah, that's difficult in today's term. That is difficult. Because the way people see it now is that enemy giving me money? Because sometimes that enemy can be giving them money, paying them for stuff, and they just do it just to do it.
But then, I mean, with that being said, then that's not your friend.
Okay, so
In a concept, yeah, you're right.
I have an example of that as to why I've tried that
Mm-hmm.
coming from the old school where an enemy of your friend was your enemy as well. However, I learned my lesson because there have been situations where my friend became enemies with someone and we all stopped talking to that someone. Then all of a sudden they friends again.
Oh, I've definitely been in that situation.
So then what do I do? Because I just caused war with somebody for beef that wasn't mine.
So this is how I see it. There's a difference between not dealing with somebody and being enemies with somebody. You see what I'm saying? So, and it depends on the relationship I have with your enemy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if let's say me and you are friends,
Right.
right? And me and him are friends,
Okay.
right? But let's say I didn't even know y'all knew each other.
Okay.
And then one time we go out and I find out that you got beef with him. I wouldn't have beef with him now because you have beef with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
However, I would never chill with y'all in the same vicinity. You know what I mean?
Respect it.
And respectfully, he can't talk to me about you,
And vice
you
versa.
won't be able to talk to me about him. But that's when we have a friendship and I have a friendship. Like I have a friendship with both of y'all. Now, if me and you are friends and I don't know him and you got beef with him,
Okay. Now that you explained it like that, most definitely.
yeah.
See,
That's a
the way
different
you said it,
situation. Right.
how you said it is technically how it's supposed to be. Exactly.
That's right.
But
Like,
see, nowadays, some people, they be looking at that like, all right, so you don't like him? But then if they go out somewhere and they see him and they do stuff and they see that he's in charge and they just, let's say that person you don't like reaches out to that person.
That's called an opportunist.
Yeah, but if they entertain it, then we got a problem.
Right.
If you entertain it,
Right.
like
So I agree with you on that, right? Because if I don't know that person and I don't have my own relationship with that
Mhm.
person, yes, I do think that you are now my enemy is a strong word. I just won't deal with you,
Right.
right? But if you brought this person to me, right, and we become cool and we have our own separate friendship aside from you, I'm going to tell you, like, I'm not going to choose sides.
All right. So now let's break it down a little more. Let's say you have a friend,
Okay.
right? Let's say all three of us are friends,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And we all go out, and he does something to disrespect me, and we fall out.
Oh, I'm checking him.
That's what's missing in today's society.
I'm checking you. But, okay, I'm still checking you. But am I friends with him as well?
Yeah, you're friends with him too.
Well, then, if I'm a true friend to you, I'm checking you double hard.
Definitely. That's what we're
Because-
missing.
that's how it's supposed to be.
That's what we're
Because
missing.
loyalty has to be among us.
That's-
if
that's
you're
the
my
part.
friend and you're my friend and you did something to disrespect our friend, I'm checking you.
Oh, yeah, that's how
I'm
it's
pulling you
supposed
to the side and I'm letting you know what time it
See,
is.
you post. I would right then and there. Yo,
That's how. But
look, we're not waiting for this to happen.
that's
Yo,
what's
what's
missing.
going on? Like, yo,
I'm not
why'd
going to
you just do
embarrass
that?
you.
But it's not about embarrassing. It's just being straight up. Like, if I disrespected him, like just like yo, like said something to him, and you're right there, and if you have to either raise an eyebrow or question it right then and there,
Right. I mean,
Green
okay,
light.
I guess I'm looking at it because
It's green
obviously we're all in nightlife, right?
Right.
Some parts, some time ago. I guess I'm saying, like, if you did something to him in the nightlife world,
Mhm.
right? Maybe I'm not there. Even if I'm not there, I'm still checking you. But if I'm there and you do it right off in front of me, I'm gonna pull you to the side and be like, "Yo, what was that about?"
that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
People don't
But-
Like,
let that-
yo, we don't
you're
do
not
that.
you're
in
not
these
you're not
parts.
gonna get that in the nightlife world. Like the nightlife world,
Now-
it's a whole facade. Like it's a whole facade. Like these people that they're not even friends. They're not even friends. They're circumstantial friends. Like my dude, we go out Friday night, we go out Saturday night. We gonna go out because these people. The moment you fall off of a nightlife and you're not outside on the nightlife, if you lose your friends, if your friendship falls away the moment you fall away from the nightlife, then you already knew you wasn't friends. But that's what most of nightlife
Yeah.
is.
That's just okay, so since we're on that topic, something just came to my mind, and let me ask y'all opinion. If me and you chilling,
Uh-huh.
right? Me and you made plans to go to dinner, hang out, whatever.
Right.
Me and you made plans since yesterday.
Right.
Okay? We get time to get all dolled up. We going to a magical dine-in, whatever. Right?
Last night.
Right. We get all dolled up, 99, whatever. Get herded, all of that, right?
Right.
Then at the very last minute, we up the block from where Miley chilling at. We gonna call Miley and be like, "Yo, we having dinner. Come through." How would you feel about that? Matter of fact, how would you feel about that? If you see me and him chilling, you actually see me and him chilling, right? We posted already that we got drinks and we chilling at the table. Then all of a sudden, you get the phone call talking about, "Yo, come through."
Phone call from who?
See,
One of us.
see, if I get it depends who I get the phone call from. To be honest, I don't know. It's just a man thing, I guess you could say. Like if I get the phone call from him, y'all chilling. Now if I get a phone call from you,
Mhm.
I would question like, so what y'all doing? Y'all just having dinner? Like, what's going on? If y'all just having drinks and just talking open, I'm on the way. Say less.
Right.
But if it's
Not no date type stuff.
No, it don't have to be date. I mean, you could be going to dinner with him just to have a good time, and maybe you want to talk to him about something.
Mm-hmm.
If you invite me, I would question and be like, yo, like, you sure? You sure that's cool?
Yeah.
Like, see if that's cool with him. If that's cool with him.
I guess the reason why I asked is because
Are we both cool with him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we both cool with him, then I don't
I see it as a I'm being an afterthought. You get what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say that. Because it depends. You gotta know your friends. Like, for instance, if you know Daryl, like, you know I'm a spur of the moment person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I am king spur of the moment. Like, I'll call you and be like, hey, pack your bag. Let's go on vacation tomorrow.
Procrastination.
I'm not proud of it, but I know I'm a spur of the moment person. Like, I don't like to
Spur of
plan.
the moment
I
or
don't like to
procrastination?
plan stuff.
It's
I really
Daryl's
don't like to
middle name.
plan stuff. Like, I wake up and how I feel is how I go.
But that's you.
That's me.
Right?
That's why I said you got to know.
So
You got to
for
know
me,
your friends.
I'm a planner.
Right.
So I'm going to call you just like we did last week where we set up our calendars and said, hey, this is the day we're going to shoot.
Right.
Right? Y'all been talking about this. Right? Say you two started talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
A week ago. Y'all done planned y'all outfits. Y'all, I'm coming at it as a female's perspective, right? We more kind of
Right.
pay attention to those
Mm-hmm.
kinds of things. I'm not nobody's third wheel.
Right.
I'm not nobody's afterthought. So I always got offended, like, bruh, y'all 3 drinks in.
Again, you got to know your friends. I would never be out at like TGI Fridays and be like, let me call Savita, because I know the kind of person you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not sitting around just waiting for somebody to invite you somewhere
No.
last minute. So I wouldn't call you. I have people in mind that I know who I can call for last minute.
Right.
Now, if I'm planning a trip and we all going, I know I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to reach out to Keisha, Michelle. I'm going to let y'all know ahead of time.
Right.
Like, even with y'all are more like organized and more planned. So even for the show, I try to adjust to y'all circumstances.
Right.
If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even operate how we operate. But I know that's how y'all operate. In order for us to move smoother, I need to join the team, which is why I try to get here a little early. I'm trying to adjust Daryl for y'all. You know what I mean? But I know that's not me, and I don't hide it.
And we know it.
Yeah, I don't hide it.
We've
Like,
known you long enough.
yeah, I know it's not me. But if us being on time and us being organized would work for the team,
Right.
then I'm with it. But as a person, you have to know your friends.
So let me ask the young lady behind the mic, because I need another female's perspective.
Hey, girl.
It's not on? Is it on?
Oh, which one is
Uh-huh.
I don't
Hey,
know. You got the
girl.
mic in your hand,
Yeah.
baby.
Is
Look
the
at
mic on?
number.
it? Hey, girl, it's me.
There you
Hey,
go.
girl.
Hey.
There you go.
So if me and Kiana
Mm-hmm.
made a date,
Mm-hmm.
right? We planned our outfit, got our hair did our makeup, all
Mm-hmm.
of that. We 4 drinks in, and then we decide to call Mira and say, "Hey, you want to come through?"
So for me, it depends on the situation, honestly.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be real, like, very similar to what Daryl's saying. Sorry, Mad Trini.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways,
Lord.
very similar to what he's saying. I think it depends on the circumstance because, like, if it's something where, like, y'all were, like, planning it out, like, okay, da-da-da. But, like, I don't know, for me, I guess because of, like, how I've adjusted to hanging out with people, I'm actually kind of really used to not really being
A planner, in
a part
sense?
of it.
Okay.
I am used to kind of just being the, oh yeah, by the way, oh gosh, I forgot Amir exists. And it's honestly really just because I just be in my own little bubble. I be in my own little world. I don't really get offended by stuff like that because for real, if I'm not even popping up a lot, I can't get mad at people for not remembering.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree with
So,
that.
but
so maybe I'm just in my
no, no,
feelings?
no, no, no.
Not only
No.
that. Not only that. Go ahead.
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
definitely say, though, if you know your friends and your friends know you well, and your
Right.
friends have invited you out before and, like, already there was a situation similar to this before and they were already willing to invite you out prior, especially if it's the exact same group of people and then at that point, it's like, okay, no, I must have been an afterthought. Or it's either I must have been an afterthought or y'all needed to talk about something that you didn't want me to be around or hear. You know?
You got to also understand, like, when certain people come around, like, you don't think of certain people until certain times. You feel
That
me?
is true.
You know
That
what I mean?
is true.
So me and Amira, we might go out to lunch, right? And me and her mom's is cool as hell. Me and her sister is cool as hell. You know what I mean? So I might take Amira out to lunch, not even thinking about Keisha,
Yeah,
or not
but
even thinking about Kiana.
They the type to just pull
But-
up with me. They're the type just to pull
You know
up.
what I mean?
Daryl invite you out?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Oh,
are
so we all
coming
going
too.
out, right?
And let me not invite them, or let it just be me and her, and then I call Keisha while it's just me and her.
Is she pulling up?
You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily that you're an afterthought. It's just that the person that I'm with, you might feel comfortable and feel like I want to be there.
So I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna stick with the afterthought part.
Nah,
because I know
Now,
who I'm talking
you could
about.
be.
No,
you could,
I'm
you
talking.
could be an afterthought. Now, don't get me wrong.
I know who I'm
you
talking
could
about
be
in
an
the
afterthought.
situation, which
I'm
is
about-
why
yeah,
I
it depends on
I'm-
the situation. If you understand the situation, you
Yeah.
understand the people. Once again, this is my thing. If it's not like, for instance, if they're constantly like, oh crap, like hey, like then at that point, they just genuinely forgot. If
Yeah.
that's something that you've seen before from them. But if it's something where like they've always invited you out without hesitation, it's always been like, okay, we're gonna plan it out with you, and this is like one of the first times it happened. It was for a reason.
yeah.
Agreed.
Because there's no way that they're just gonna today out of all the times when they definitely haven't had it happen in the past and now it's happening out of this one time, it was for a reason. I mean,
Agreed.
it might have not been for a malicious reason per
Right,
se.
right.
For all you know, they could have been planning out a party for you, like. Even though that's not the case,
It's not.
but but
Definitely
still,
not.
even if
Agreed,
that's not the
agreed.
case, you don't know what it really could have been. Maybe there's something that this person's going through, and they wanted to run it by another person before running it by you. Maybe one of the people is going to end up taking you out for dinner and not invite the other one just so they can have a certain conversation. Like, you just really don't know until you actually just ask them about it. That's all it really boils down to.
Yeah, but then even when you ask them about it, then sometimes it's up to them to either they might be like, but I didn't want to invite you, or like, oh, I don't know, maybe you didn't like this person or that person. It just depends on the situation, like she said. But
I think you're right. It does depend on the people, but the situation and the people that I'm talking about, I guess that's the difference. Is because I know what was behind that.
Well, then those people again. Those people are not.
No, they're not your
They're
friend.
not your friend.
They're not.
what about the ones that you just got off the phone with, and they went to like a hookah lounge, and you just got off the phone with me. I smoke hookah. You know this.
This is what I'm saying.
And then
Like
you
we
go to
we
a
had
hookah
a
lounge,
group chat.
and then
We
it's-
every day we talk in this group chat. We just spoke that morning.
See, that's different.
See,
And those
that's
are
what
not your
I'm saying, it's
friends.
different.
That's
They
different.
move to the side
That's
instead of
different.
just putting it.
That's what
in
I'm
the group.
saying.
That's
Like,
different.
We have a group chat that we used to talk to each other every morning, right? But y'all know y'all had this plan, right? Because y'all had to work, but y'all had enough time to go home, take a shower, get makeup done, get dressed done. You know what I'm saying? But an hour after y'all got there is when I got a phone call. Hey, Sav, what are you doing?
I don't know. They
I don't feel like I need to be a part of that.
You're an afterthought. Not even an afterthought. They had a whole conversation before they invited you.
Right. Should we or
They
should
had
we
to.
not?
They had because
They had to.
there's no purpose behind that. Especially if y'all already have a group chat with those people. That means they literally left the group chat, had a whole private conversation, planned their whole day, did what they had to do, and then once they was done, they was like, all right, we could bring her in now.
This is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's I guess that was my direction. Maybe I didn't fill in the
Yeah, that's completely Y'all had a whole group chat. That's like us.
yeah.
That's like us. We have a group chat. You know what I mean? So if I find out you motherfuckers went anywhere without me, and it wasn't in the group chat, we got a problem. And I'm calling y'all out from jump, and I'm showing up to the lunch too.
At that point.
Oh, so that's how we get
it's for a
down?
reason.
It's funny you
It's
bring
for a
it up.
reason at that
What
point.
about those? It's crazy. What if you have them friends? There's 12 of y'all in a group chat, but then you find out there's another group chat without you in it. But
Oh.
11 other people.
Have
See,
we
that's
not
the
found
issue.
that out?
Yep.
No,
that
but I'm
happens.
just
Again,
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna keep saying the same.
Is that lit?
It's about to.
I
Okay.
think.
I'm
people
gonna
just have
keep
to
saying
be
the same.
careful.
That's not your friends.
Mhm.
That is
Talking
not
about, like every day you with them.
that
It's
it
crazy.
don't matter. All right, for instance, right? Like
Now, if you had a chat with like let's say there's 12 of us, and then you have a chat with like
6.
4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm not gonna put it past
Right.
it, but then you tell me that there's a whole nother chat without me.
You the only one that was
And
eliminated?
it,
Yeah,
It
you,
was about you.
yeah. You not their friend. You not their friend. You not
you
their
see
friend.
them almost every day. and
Oh,
you chill with them.
It don't matter. You not their friend. That's just like another thing, right? Why do people put like so much loyalty towards years of a friendship over the actual friendship? Like, why is it that you could meet them for 6 months, and they show you that they there for you? Something happened, they pulling up for you.
Man,
If you in the
talk about
hospital,
it.
they coming for you. If you short on your bills, you don't got gas, they got you. If you hungry, you know that they gonna feed you. Like, that's a friend. So why is it that we can know somebody for 10 years and we can know somebody for 6 months, but we'll give the person for 10 years the benefit of the doubt just because
You've been
we've
friends
known
for
that
10
person?
years.
The person that you met 10 years ago, probably not even the same person today. But you have loyalty to her or loyalty to him because they've been in your life that long.
But some people have loyalty for the person for what they provide.
Again, not friendships. Not friends. Because my whole thing is like, if you a friend to me, I know I can call you at the drop of a dime. If you're available, you're there for me. If you don't meet that qualification, I'm not even entertaining it.
Y'all, that's how me and Daryl became friends.
Sometimes it's a one-way street because I'm there for a lot of people.
But
Whenever I make that call,
this
it's
is what I'm
right
saying.
there.
I've learned that,
You
like,
ain't call the right people.
being down, going through surgeries, being in the hospital, being homeless. I've learned that, you know what I mean? Like, for me to call you my friend, I have to know that in the time of need, in the time of me being desperate, I can lean on you.
See, and at that point, and like I told y'all last night at dinner, at that point, y'all are not friends. Y'all are the family I chose. Because to me, friendship to me is, it's going to sound bad, but it's disposable.
That don't sound bad at all. That don't sound bad
Friendship
at all.
to me is disposable, but if I respect you as family now, family that I chose, you're stuck with me for life.
I
You get what I'm
always
saying?
used to have that motto. I don't have friends that have family.
Yeah.
After it took me years to
Mm-hmm.
realize that.
Who you telling?
Man.
I'm talking about years. I'm talking about groups of friends, through groups of friends to groups of friends, and it's just like when I start realizing when everybody started getting older and everybody started getting married, in my head I'm like, I didn't get everybody to the wedding. Damn, it's like that. But then I
Right.
look at the photos, I'm like, why the hell was this person here?
Mhm.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
They got chose over me? Like,
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
People have baby showers.
Right.
I wasn't invited. And it's like, look, damn.
It's
Popularity
about the
popularity
baby.
is a big thing too, though.
It is.
Popularity is a big thing. 'Cause
I
a lot of people
feel
just
like-
invite people because they know 'em.
Yes and no, but more no for me. I think. Damn, I forgot my train of thought. Keep going.
That's more relevant to like this day and age. I feel.
I
Especially
really feel
nowadays.
that because when you like, for instance, I've seen baby showers, right? And I've seen birthday parties. And I've seen people in the environment of these people that don't even like them.
That's what I'm talking
You know what I mean? Even the person having the party don't like them, and they still invite them.
They got a lot
You know what I
of
mean?
followers.
Like, it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
They're
I
like,
literally
yeah,
had a
just
conversation the
hang
other day
out.
with somebody, and I was talking about the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a baby shower, like the weekend, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even get an invite, but you was at my baby shower. I literally I talked like on a Monday, Tuesday. What's going on? How's everything? Blase, blase. And then I had my other boy up. Yo, what you doing? I'm going to baby shower. Who's baby shower? Such and such. Oh,
Wow.
okay.
That's wild. That's wild. But this is why I say, like, for instance, male friendships, right? I don't even, to be honest with you, like, all jokes aside, like, male homies, I probably have a handful. And not because I don't have male friends that have the qualities to be a friend. It's just that a lot of males out here are just going with what feels right. You know what I mean? Like, we go out every Friday. I see you every Friday. I see you every Saturday. We both might be entertainers or play music or be in a club life. We friends. You know what I mean? Because in reality, I know so much DJs that are lonely.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
I know a lot of DJs in this city that are lonely, that attach themselves to people just so they don't be alone when they're not in the club. You know what I mean? There's no reason why you in a club and you got 50, 60 people healing you up. You know what I mean? But if you get sick and you in the hospital, this only the chick that you bypassing or you throw to the side on Friday, Saturday night is the one that show up for you.
That is true.
Talk about it.
You know what I mean? But the problem is that friendships don't mean nothing to people these
They
days.
have their value.
You know what I mean? It's
They
like
don't value it.
we go out to the club, we drink together, we party together, we friends.
So I feel like that's where the whole no new friends saying came from. Because I ain't going to lie to you. Majority of my friends, and I know you said don't put the amount of years over the quality, but my quality friends, I've had for 20, 30 plus years.
And that's great. That's a beautiful thing.
And that's something you do not see anymore.
That's a beautiful thing. But how many of those friends are males?
one.
My point. And not to say that men can't be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Men can't have
Running hot, but it's good.
men can't have like emotional conversations without feeling like you have to get hostile, without feeling like you have to get angry. Like my guy, if I'm telling you something that bothers me, bro, I'm not telling you because I want us to fight. I'm not telling you because I don't want us to talk. Like, I'm telling you because this is something that we need to talk about and we could fix. But the problem with dudes is the moment that you express you have a problem, now there's distance.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because in the male environment, there's no communication. There's no like, you know what I mean? There's no let's work this out. You know what I mean? You only get that when you attach yourself to a female, or if it's female on female, which is why you have so many dudes today that don't talk to each other, never had a conversation.
And they still cool.
You feel me? Like, I know a lot of dudes right now that he smashed his chick, but they back cool because they still in the club environment. But outside of the club, they don't know each other. You know what I mean? Or he didn't look out for you, or like you know what I mean? Like, there's so many. I don't fuck with him. I don't talk to him. But there's no communication. There's no like, let's
Why-
fix this
exactly,
problem.
Like, why don't you?
Yeah, you know
Have
what I
you
mean?
ever had a sit down conversation with
Yeah.
this person
Like,
to hash out whatever issue you have?
and that's what's missing with males. There's no. But again, I'm realizing because females are saying they're having the same problem with males in relationships.
Yeah,
So
Communication.
I'm not surprised.
Communication right
it's
there.
communication. It's a
Like-
blockage. It's a blockage.
But
Okay,
when
so
you have communication, you still have even if you try to communicate with somebody, it's so crazy how there's so much factors, like how the tone of voice you come at them.
Yeah.
The body language.
you know why?
Like it's
Everybody's
crazy.
so caught up in feelings.
Like-
Take
like
your
if-
feelings out of things
like if you talk to
and
a
have an
guy,
adult conversation. Like, a lot of people are caught up in these feelings. Like,
It's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? Like, feelings, I'm not saying feelings aren't important, but get to the matter of the problem. Get your feelings out. Oh, I feel like you did this. I feel like, no. What did you do?
Yeah, but when you get to
What
that,
did you
when you get
say?
to that point of saying what did you do, like beat everything to this, push everything to the side, go straight to the problem. It's like now they feel like you coming at them.
Because there's no accountability. Men, it's like you can't say, yo, bro, be honest with you, I didn't even see that I was doing that to you, bro. My bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I could just have a relationship like that with a homie, I'm good with that.
And then you see that distance when you see them.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's
it.
crazy.
That's it.
Like if you have
Because
a conversation with a guy, and then next thing you know, you have a 30-minute conversation, and then I get hot and I want to take my jacket off. Oh, what?
Oh, you
Right.
you sizing
Oh,
me up?
that's
You
how we
clear
moving?
Yeah.
I
That-
always
that's the type of
say,
vibe?
That's
I
how we moving?
religiously say, and I say this to everybody, it's not about communication, it's about comprehension. Because you can say whatever you want to say to somebody,
Yeah,
but if they
true.
don't try to take time to actually understand what you're saying or understand where you're coming from, then they're just not going to get it. It's about comprehension and as well as emotional availability. Because like if someone's not emotionally available, they're not even willing to.
But is that also maturity too, to handle conversations without conflict?
I feel like it definitely is, but also it's a matter of maturity, number one, but also like a lot of people just don't have that, as well as I think being emotionally available is a big factor, because I could be telling somebody how I feel and they could just be sitting there monotone and just be like, okay. And that's where people get
Or
angry.
they just letting you talk and they're not
Right.
even
And they're not
registering.
hearing you.
Yeah, they're not
hearing you.
registering.
And that's where
They're not
that's
saying
where the
nothing, they're just
emotions come
listening.
in.
they hearing to respond, not hearing to
That's where
actually
the
hear
emotions
you.
come in, because if you really understand, or if you try to take time to understand another individual, and they actually are like, oh, you know what, I hear you and I completely understand your point of view, you know, even if they don't agree with you, you know, this is why I feel this way, this is why I feel like I
Right.
didn't offend you, da, da, da. It's
Right.
about comprehension at the end of the day, and in comprehension comes from a willingness to understand.
Absolutely.
It's not
Some
at
people
all
have
ever
that.
going to be in the sense of, oh, I just don't know. No, it's just you're not trying to know. You're
Exactly,
not trying to
right.
understand my point of view.
It's comprehension and common sense.
It's not that
Sometimes.
common.
You know something crazy? You would think too.
Common sense is not that
But
common.
you have to
Pull
get
that
to
out
a
of your
point.
pocket.
You have to get to a point that allows somebody to at least like you have to get to a conversation.
Yeah.
With fellas, we don't even get to that point.
No,
Sometimes
because
I have to
this
pause
is what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
fellas
You got
alone.
that?
It's females
you got
too.
that?
Yeah,
Yo,
like,
you got that? Did
Uh-huh.
you hear what I said? I don't want advice. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight up. Like, I'm telling you what you did. And I don't need you to put your input on it. I'm telling you how this is the outsider looking in. I'm telling you, yo, you did that wrong. Like, you're wrong 100%. Don't try to defend yourself.
So it takes a level of, again, maturity, because you never want to hear that you're wrong, right? I've had to learn this, where I actually digested what someone told me. When they tell me I'm wrong, I sit with that, right? And that's a level of maturity I had to come to with myself. Like, hold on. If you're telling me, and I think it also comes with the value of that person. How important is that person to you in your life?
What do you think, Mad Trini?
I apologize. I was trying to handle something real quick.
No, but yeah, I get you, girl. I
Um,
get you.
It's somebody that I hold very high, right? I was always quick to defend, right? Always on the defense, because that was my insecurity.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta take this. Go ahead.
Okay. That was my insecurity. But after a while, and I'll go back. I know they say women don't say when you're wrong, or I'm sorry, or anything like that. Real women do, because I had to apologize. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but what you said a while ago that I jumped down your throat for, you were actually right. You know what I'm saying?
That's happened to me recently. Well, not recently, but about a year ago, me and my friend, we had a real, this is my bestest friend. We had a huge falling out because they thought I said something. I didn't. There was other people there. There was other people there that actively said, "Oh, girl, you definitely didn't say that." But instead of just like invalidating what they thought they heard or invalidating how they felt, I said, "Hey, look, I do not recall saying that. However, if I said anything remotely close to that, I want to apologize for making you feel some type of way."
But you should know your friend. Like, your friend should really know. Like, if there's something out of like left field, then you know you didn't. Like,
Listen,
that didn't come out
that
of her
situation-
mouth. I know that didn't come out of her mouth.
that
If you're
situation was
supposed to
crazy.
correct that person. See, that's another thing. If you have a friend, if you have, we use us three. If Daryl's saying something about Savita and I know it's completely wrong, I'll check Daryl.
You should.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're supposed that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it was a weird situation. It was a really weird situation. All of my other friends were like, "No, they were looking for a reason to fall out with you. It wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't just this. It was something else. They were looking for a reason to fall out with you." And I mean, at the end of the day, for me, I'm like, "Hey, man, it is what it is." You know, at first, I always used to be really hurt whenever people would just like not want to be my friend. I took it as hard as like a romantic breakup. I'm just like, "Oh my God, no, my bestest friend."
that friendship.
I value friendship
Yeah.
so hard, but then, hey man, a little bit of meditation. Now I'm the master of detachment. That stuff doesn't bother me. Listen, it doesn't bother me because I realize at the end of the day, another person's ignorance doesn't mean that they want to inherently harm me or harm how I feel. It was how the person was feeling at the time, and I'm not going to be the person to invalidate their feelings, because who am I to say, "Oh no, I didn't say that," and then they're going to feel like they're crazy. Granted, even though I didn't say that, and I had other people saying, "Oh girl, you definitely didn't," but you know, regardless, it was a miscommunication. I apologize. I say, "Hey, look, I'm sorry that was a miscommunication. I don't recall saying those things. I'm always going to stand on business. Like, I don't recall saying that. However, if I did say anything else that was remotely close, I still respect your feelings, and I'm going to apologize. I own up to it."
That's very mature of you.
Yeah,
But-
that's all you got to do.
If you
but-
have a friend, that's how you should carry yourself towards your friend.
yeah, at the end of the day,
Always
we're still not friends.
take your
but-
friend's emotions and feelings into accountability. Like, at the end of the day,
A lot of people don't do that though.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all it
Like,
takes.
That's it's crazy because like
That's all it takes.
It's like a lot of people know what they're doing, and they're like, "Oh, we'll deal with that later on." And the later on that they're talking about is when that person is in front of them,
When it blows up.
and it blows up.
But this is the thing. The whole situation happened because I was upset at this person. I did say one thing to them that they said that they didn't like, and I was like, "Cool, whatever. I'm sorry. I did own up to that." However, the only reason I said what I said was because it was a reaction to how they were acting in the moment. Because my other friend was there, and they were extremely uncomfortable with how this person was acting. And when I said something, they took it like it was like the most atrocious thing I could have said. Like, the thing is, when I apologize, I didn't get any apologies for how they acted. I didn't get an apology for, you know, how erratic they were that night. I got no apologies for it. So it's just like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It is what it is. People who really value your friendship are always going to want to
agree.
talk it out like family. If you get into an argument with your family member, you try to hash things out. If they really see you as family and they see you as like a best friend,
If
they
they
see
really
you like
value
that,
you.
yeah, then they're going to be like, you know what? Let's hash it out. I'm not going to ruin a friendship for this. However, this person felt like, no, I don't want you to be in my life. I don't want that because whatever you said clearly crossed the line. Everybody else said it didn't cross the line. It was very simple, but you know, it is what it is.
I'll give you an example, right?
A lot of fake friends
My
out there.
my wife,
Boy.
my wife.
Which one?
I only got one. Don't get me in trouble. My wife.
Which area code are we talking?
You know what I mean?
718 all day.
Uh-huh.
Okay. My wife, aka my female best friend, we fell out for 10 years. We actually fell out for 10 years. I've known this girl since I was 9 years old. And I don't even remember what the fallout was. But I didn't even go to her wedding. Like, we fell out. When our mutual friend brought us back together, we sat down, we hashed it out, and we've been inseparable since. But that's because we valued our friendship, and our mutual friend valued our group friendship. To say, nah, y'all not gonna go down like this. Y'all have too many years under your belt for you to just throw it away over some simple misunderstanding.
You know what the difference right there is? That you and your friend that fell out had a mutual friend, a real mutual
Right.
friend. Because people fall out all the time.
Absolutely.
And the crazy part is that they'll still hang out with the people. Like, man.
Talk about it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, let it out.
Real-
Let it
real
out.
talk. Real
Elaborate,
talk.
Please.
It's funny to me because people will fall out all the time. Like, for instance, right? A chick will dog her baby father out, right?
Right.
Dog him out for not being there, not providing, not doing, right? And then go to the club with 4 dudes that do exactly what your baby father do.
And be woohoo in VIP with them, chilling.
Because I actually,
Like make
Hold
it make sense. How do you cut a relationship and then still have friendships for the same reason you cut that relationship?
see, here's the thing, right? I saw this
Attention.
earlier. I saw this earlier,
That's
yo.
what it is. It's attention.
It don't make no sense.
Do y'all
Big
think?
A word, attention.
It don't make no sense.
Do you-
Four guys
Hold
are
on.
getting harassed.
Let's hear the lady on the mic.
Do
Hold on.
y'all think that people who associate with certain people are instantly guilty by association? So in the sense of like, let's say a girl, just a girl, she has a boyfriend, and all of her boyfriend's friends are cheaters. Do you think that the boyfriend is inherently
No.
a good friend, a good person in general, like a good friend?
Depends.
Yeah, or would they be like, because not to say they would be cheating on their girlfriend, but they're still hanging out with their friends and not telling their girlfriends, obviously, if they're cheating and all that
Depends.
stuff.
I will say it depends.
Okay. Why?
Because in today's society, we don't date with intention. Now, if you're dating with the purpose of trying to get married and building a life with that person and being with somebody, I definitely think that's horrible. Like, I think now, like, for instance, I'm single, right? And when I entertain a female, like, if the female I'm entertaining, like, you're surrounding yourself with just single females that are just out all the time and running the streets, I don't want you. And it's not to say that you're that person that's running the streets, but if I want you to be a wife, I want you to surround yourself in that environment. I want you to, let's hang out with husband and wife. Let's hang out with couples.
So the same energy for dudes, right?
Same
Obviously,
same
yeah,
exact
you don't wanna-
energy. So
They,
what
they
that-
over here with like 6, 7 kids.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. It don't make no
So-
sense.
I used to get upset because in my past relationship, my ex had single friends. Knowing he's in a relationship, but you sending him all kinds of wild pictures and videos of females and stuff like
And
that.
that's why I say that.
And I felt, and I spoke up about it. I said I find that to be very disrespectful. And the fact that you don't say something about it makes me look at you sideways, because we are in a relationship. We are in a committed relationship. We are not out here dating other people. So you should shut that down, because that's like me saying one of my homegirls sending me some, how do I say this politically correctly without having Amira have to
Prick.
edit it? Yeah, some prints and such
Right.
of male parts
Right.
swinging and dangling.
Right.
Helicoptering.
You not going
Sometimes it'll like
Oh my god.
elephant nose.
elephant
Elephant
nose.
But
yeah.
again, that's why I say that, because if you're like, so y'all was in a committed relationship, right?
Correct.
If y'all fall out, or if
Correct.
y'all get in an argument, right?
Right.
If he has nobody but single friends, there's nobody for him to get proper advice from. You know what I mean? And it goes vice versa. Like if I break up with my female, if I break up with my lady, right? And everybody that she chills with is single females that's outside in the club, what you think they're gonna try to encourage her to do?
F that.
Hey, for that nigga, the way you get over niggas to get under the next nigga,
Right,
like
right.
all that kind of dumb.
Absolutely.
But you're getting that from females that's lonely at night. That female that have
Absolutely.
multiple different dudes at night because they don't have nobody.
They go home to their
You know what I mean?
rows.
Hey,
But the
man.
difference is
Some of us
when-
single girlies, we like to go on picnics nowadays.
right? But if you
We read
surround
books.
yourself, like if you surround yourself with married couples and that's what you want,
Like-minded people.
yeah. When y'all go through it, she has somebody or he has somebody to reach out to save what y'all are building,
I'm
to
about to say
save
we
y'all
should-
foundation.
I wouldn't say like single friends. Just say like-minded people, because
I said
I am
like-minded.
single and my friends are in relationships and I give them advice. So whatever.
All
you
right,
know,
well,
this
let's-
and that.
I'll say
I just
like-minded.
don't go out to. I just don't be acting a fool. I don't be telling them no sexy red.
Yeah, but
information,
you're mature.
You're
get
a
what
whole,
I'm
you're a whole
saying?
different. You're a whole
You're-
different being. That's
yeah.
why I
I'm
don't.
over here
You're-
reading
You're,
books.
yeah,
You're
you're a
different.
whole
I be
different
telling
being.
my girls let's meditate together.
You're,
you know
you're
what
not
I
even
mean?
sexy red type. Like, you know,
We
what I
gonna
mean?
touch
Like,
on that subject because I
Like-
gotta speak on that, but that's later. Okay, so yes, I agree with you, and yes, I had to take the mic off because things got real.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's real. That's real shit. But you learn that as you get older.
But that's what I used to say, right? Like, you're surrounding yourself with single males. You are the only one out of your group that's in a relationship. So when me and you have a tiff and you need advice, what are those single males going to do? What are they going to say to you? Left that one alone and move on to the next,
definitely.
right? Okay. Not to put my business out there, don't kill me. But my relationship ended with a similar situation, right? If we are together and we stay together and we have no problems communicating, if you not coming home and I don't know where you at, you ain't answer my calls, my text message, you ain't even let me know. It's not a matter of controlling you or wanting to know where you at. I want to make sure you're safe. That's my biggest thing. If you want to stay out, as long as I know where you're at and you're safe, I'm good.
got me up.
that.
You got
Okay.
me.
I'm
Up.
good.
Oh,
But-
You got me.
But
Man.
but listen, but you don't have no friends to tell you, yo, dude, you're not supposed to be living like that.
But my
if-
question to you, right? My question to you, right?
Mhm.
If you know he has no male like-minded males,
Okay.
who is he? Where's he staying? Where he staying out for? Where he staying at?
But that was my first question. But then I had to come to the realization and not make such a hasty. He stayed by his brother's house. Brother not like that. So Alex,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's your relationship. I'm just saying
I
it
get
ain't happening in my. It ain't happening.
at the time I lost my mind, obviously, because I said that's disrespectful to me. Because if I did it to you, there wouldn't be a roof left on the house, right? Cool. At the time, I lost my mind, but I said to you, if you want to move like a single man, then this can't be, right? You're not a single man, but if you want to move like one, then you gotta go.
Heard.
Pretty much.
Heard. But that's why conversations and communication is so
And maturity.
important.
That's
and
such a
definitely,
fine line,
definitely
though. I feel like
maturity.
sometimes some people be like, oh, why you need to know where I am? Do you not trust me? It's such a fine line
But
sometimes. 'cause
no,
some
but
people
see,
just don't like get it.
People that come at you like that are not ready for a relationship.
Yes.
And the reason why I can say that is because I know me. that was something I would have said 10 years ago. Like, who clocking? You know what I mean? That is definitely me. But now, as a grown man, now realizing I'm a family man now, because I would have never said that 5-10 years ago. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely now, I'm a family man. Like, I love being at home with my family, my lady, my kids, taking trips, doing things together. Like, that's what I enjoy doing now as a grown man. You know what I mean? But as a grown man, I also know how to communicate now. So when I get with somebody, I'm going to let you know what I need from you. Just like I expect you to let me know what you need from me. I also need you to let me know what you expect, what you would tolerate. Like, these are conversations you need to have, because without conversations like this, you're going to fall into situations to where you're going to break apart if you never had the conversation.
Not only that, too, but allow me to make that decision of whether or not I still want this relationship.
Agreed.
Here's the thing, though. This is what a lot of females hate to understand. They want so much out of the relationship, but they don't understand that us as guys, we choose. There's no girl that go out there and ask a guy to be with them.
Who tell you that lie?
In today's society, there's no girl that do that.
Let me
Who
tell you
tell you
something.
that lie?
Females
not-
decide
they're
when
not-
we have sex. Men decide when we have relationships.
Okay, now
Period.
With that being said, females don't understand that we choose you guys and what you guys do. Like, I want a female that does this, and they tell them that. If they don't meet one criteria, they up and gone, or they do something completely different, or they're like, you know what, forget this whole conversation. We as guys, we choose the females, and we want certain stuff out of them. Some females just want a guy to do everything, but they control at the same time. They want to be dominant, and they want to be the ones to say everything. And then when we try to be dominant, we can't. It's an argument. It's a fight.
Hey man, that's just a dynamic. That's just a different person. I mean, me personally, I don't like that whole terminology. We pick, we choose, da 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 da. You like who you like at the end of the day. You date who you date.
I mean, like, you want to be the dominant. You want to be like the dominant person to make the decisions, make everything, and then it's like, okay, cool, but then you still want us to be the man. Like,
You know what I'm learning? I'm learning that that's the conversation that needs to be had.
I agree.
Because in today's society, you don't know what kind of female or what kind of male you're getting with.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
that's
So
why you gotta take your
when you
time
get with
sometimes.
somebody, you have to take that time to determine, like, listen, if we were to stay together and we was to build a family, how does that family look? What is your
Right.
role? What is my
Absolutely.
role? Like, what do you do? What do I do? What am I responsible for? What are you responsible
well,
for?
just like how you said it, who's responsible for what? But that get mixed in all types of stuff when it's like, all right, cool. I want you to pay the bills. I want you to do this, you to wash the dishes, you to take out the trash. And then I come home, I take care of the kids, I take care of dinner and whatnot. Then the next day it's but you didn't want to cook? Like, you didn't want to do this?
So, but I
Like,
think, okay, so back to what we were talking about earlier, gender roles, right? I don't think it should be one or the other. I think it's a discussion. I do feel like it's a mutual partnership and a mutual understanding, because there were days when I came home from work and my man cooked. I'm not taking away from his manhood, but because he was trying to alleviate some stress from me, he cooked.
Yeah.
But that didn't make him less of a man to know that.
Hold on.
It's a love language thing. It really can be.
That's
a
what
love
I
language
said.
thing.
You see what I'm saying?
Let's because
We about to sit up. In
yeah,
these
let's
chairs.
talk.
about it.
Let's talk. And the reason
I
why
think it's a love
the
language.
reason why I'm saying this is because I feel like we put too much on roles,
Yes.
right? At the end of the day, if I'm a man, you're a female, whatever your dynamic is that you bring together, right? I'm not bringing nothing to no table. You're not bringing nothing to the table. What we supposed to do is we supposed to create
Build together.
a table,
Exactly.
right? And that table gets created how we decide it gets created.
Exactly.
So if I'm working right now and I'm making the money, I'm making the money. If you taking care of the house, you taking care of the house. If I get sick and I can't work and you start working, I take care of the house. At the end of the day, we're supposed to do what we do together to make the house operate together.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And that's supposed to be the goal. The problem is that when we get in relationships, we don't even have a goal that we plan to. Like, you supposed to both know what that goal is. Where we
The
trying
end
to get
goal.
to.
The end
we
goal,
supposed to
yep.
both know how we get in there. And if you have a goal and we both trying to get there, then it don't matter who do what. as long as we do what it takes to get
We
there.
gonna get
And
there.
it goes back to
You know what I mean? But that's
it goes
not
back
an issue.
to communication as well, right?
It's crazy.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with you on there's no set gender for a set role
at all.
I don't think
They shouldn't be,
because
but
I always
there's a lot of
say
females that do that. They want
Yeah,
that,
but
they want
no.
like they want to be
It goes both
dominated.
ways.
But
It
does
that's
go both
that's
ways.
why the communication is there. Because don't get me
Absolutely.
wrong, I'm not gonna have no household where I'm not in control and I'm not dominant. However, you're never gonna question who's dominant in this household. You know what I mean? But the way I see it,
Nowadays that want
when you have a
It's a dynamic
they
though.
want to
Right.
do that role, and at the same time have their own roles too.
It's a dynamic. It's who you choose to date. If you talk to the
that's
person,
it. That's it right
Choose.
there. That's it
it's
right
who
there.
you
say.
choose to date.
Because
That's it
if,
right
if
there.
you have the dynamic and you sit down with the person prior to even getting in a relationship,
Exactly.
I take
You
about-
gotta know that
I take about
person.
3 to 4 months before I decide to get into a relationship.
Exactly.
Nowadays, because I need to
You
know
gotta
who
get
you
to
are.
know that
and I bring
person.
up the concept. I bring up politics. I bring up roles. I bring it all up. I bring it all up. We get into the nitty gritty.
you got to
conversations.
nowadays. You have
Because
to.
you need
You
to
should have been
know
doing
who,
that.
because you want it to be okay. This is how we're starting a relationship. This is what we are set. This is what we want for each other. This is the roles that we decide that
Right.
we want to fulfill for one another. And you know what? Even if it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'll stay home and cook and clean and do all the feminine stuff. You know what? If I am feeling sick and whoever comes and they come home and they're like, you know what? You're sick. I'll take care of the cooking.
Right.
It's a love language at that point. They're not
Absolutely.
doing it
It's
because
supposed to be, but some
Definitely.
people don't have
I'm
that.
Definitely.
saying
But
it's a
then
love
you don't
language
need
at
to
that
be in a
point.
relationship.
Exactly.
You
But
need
again,
to find your match. at
There's
that
levels.
point,
There's
right?
there's levels
There's levels
because
to this.
at the end of the day, you have to know what your relationship's purpose is.
Right.
You understand? You got females and dudes out here that's just having random sex. They don't even know people long enough to know if they have an STD, but yes, they lay in the bed with each other. You know what I mean? But again, this is grown because I've done some of this stuff. I've had one night stands. I've met chicks and knew I wasn't going to be with this chick at all. But tonight we're going to be together. You know what I mean? I've been there. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I know I've grown. But the problem is now you cannot get with me now and not know where I'm headed.
Facts.
And you have a choice. You either head there with me or I wish you the
Step
best
out.
of luck on your
Yeah.
route.
No,
But
I get that.
that's where it all stems from. You got to know who you're dating. You have to do a background check.
And when
Carfax.
when they show you who they are,
Believe 'em.
accept them for who they are.
Right.
The problem is now is that we fall in love with some traits and think, well, I could work with
I could
this and I
change
fall
can
in
it.
love
change.
with
I could
people's
change it.
potential. We
Yeah,
don't fall in
yo.
love with them. We fall in
or
love with
who
their
we
potential.
see, yeah, that potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that issue where it was
Yeah.
like I was always a fixer.
Right.
He's like, I can
And-
fix her. I can fix her.
You know what the
it's
crazy-
Like every girl that I've dated, I guess you could say that there was something wrong that I said I could fix that.
Fix that.
But you know what's crazy though? As a man like you, because I've been there, as a man like you would always find a female. You know why? Because there's too many females nowadays that fall in love with the gesture before they fall in love with the man.
Ooh.
That's
a
deep.
deep one.
You feel me?
They fall, like I said, it's
That
potential.
ass.
It's
Like-
they fall in love with someone's
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah.
They see what they can do for them in one moment, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Right.
my Prince Charming!"
And the
oh my
problem is that we
goodness."
don't realize is that after all them gestures and after all what a could do for
After
you,
that honeymoon
like, you know
period,
what I mean?
when
Once you
life
start to see the
starts
skid marks in their
lifing,
box,
like I told my son the other day, I said, check this out. When you find that person, make sure that person, when you don't got, is willing to wipe your
Listen,
like that.
one of our mutual friends posted that the other day.
Matter of fact, mutual friend Fever, Fever dot. And
Fever posted it the other day.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've known Fever for years.
Yeah.
But with him posting that also shows me that
His
him himself
maturity.
has grown.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Because at this point in my
Absolutely.
life, I don't care what you think I have or what you have. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if we both homeless in a car, are you still rocking with me?
Absolutely.
Can I still lean on you? You know what I mean? If my heart is broken, can I confide in you?
See, for me now, I'm learning. Well, not learning yet because I didn't get.
You're
over
a
it.
work in progress. It's okay.
So
Absolutely.
with me, I'm 34, and I'm now learning that process. I've made my mistakes, and it's crazy how I every girl I dated had a mistake and I would have fixed. Now, at 34, I'm going to rebuild myself because now
You
I know
have
that
to.
there's a mistake that I have.
Yep.
And it's crazy because the relationship I was in broke me down so much, it started questioning myself, and I never questioned myself. Nobody ever want to question themselves. So for me, I'm realizing that now. Like all these quotes that I see people of saying, of breaking down and rebuilding themselves, I shoot like 6 months ago. I'm like, yo, whatever. Now that 6 months was a hard 6 months.
So that's a maturity in you.
And
Okay.
Growth.
It's
And
just
yes,
hearing other people say it, it's just like just listening to everything everybody's saying, not only here but just in general. It's a learning process, a learning curve, and I never
Life is a
thought I would
learning-
experience that
life is
because
always
I thought
learning.
I was Gucci. I thought it's not me, it's you, it's me, it's what it is. But now it's like building myself. Like I know now, like how you said that there's some females out there that fall in love with that person's dream, and they just want to be there to watch that dream just unfold. Like new goals that I gotta set.
you'll be surprised. And like I told you earlier off camera, you have to be a whole person before you are to expect to be in a relationship with someone
Yeah,
else.
I know that now. And as
Right?
soon as I have 2 kids, now I can say that.
And it's all good. It's all good.
No, I
Life,
know,
life. life doesn't
I accepted
happen.
that.
Yeah.
And for somebody to tell me, just like how you said, it's all good.
Right.
For me as a person, I gotta accept that, and I fully accept it now.
But
That's
you're not
great.
you wouldn't have accepted it until you came to the realization
Oh,
for
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Because people can tell you till you're blue in the face that, yo, Richard, you have to change your ways. You have to take a step back. Anybody, I'm the type of person I have to learn it from myself. You can tell me, Savita, Empress, don't touch that coal, it's hot. Until I touch it and I feel that burn, I'm not going to learn. The
I gotta
important
agree with
part-
her on that. I got to agree with her on that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna
wholeheartedly.
learn until
You're
you
not
actually
going to learn
experience.
until,
That's
and
life.
you know what's crazy about that? That is when you will value all the lessons that are coming your way and everything you've gone through in your past. You're going to realize once you're healed and you have gotten to the point where you put in the work to make yourself the person you want you to be, you're going to start to realize that this was the change necessary for you to have. You're going to start attracting healthy relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about girlfriend. I'm talking about friendships, family ships, all
Partnerships,
of that,
financial partner, everything.
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 Your relationship with money, your relationship with business, everything is going to mature in a different way. Remind yourself of this day. And 10 years from now, when you look back and you see how far you've come, you're going to learn to appreciate everything that you've gone through.
Hey, I got
All
a
of
few-
your
I got a few
hardships
book
and everything.
recommendations if you
See,
need some books.
I had a lot of friends that I leaned on, and it was like I had to cut them loose because significant other just was like, yo, what they're talking about you, or they saying this, and then it made me think, second guess that friendship. So it's just like, okay, cool, but now that I'm getting over that hill and I'm gonna start from bottom, I actually see like people that was there. It's just like, okay, cool, we had a fallout. It is what that was, a fallout.
Right.
Let that be that, and then
Right.
you can rebuild from
The
it.
past is the past.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
going
mean,
to tell you something.
I hate that quote.
The past is the past.
because that could bite you.
I don't believe in that at all. The past is my life.
It's-
I don't
It
forget
makes
it.
you who you are.
What I say is the past is a lesson that I learned.
True. Okay. I can see that.
It's true. The
Because-
past
There's
is something
certain
that
things in my
built
past
you.
I'm not letting go. I'm
Because-
sorry.
Yeah.
There's no moving forward.
Like, okay,
There's no-
like, all right, put it in perspective. The past is the past. What if your significant other cheated on you?
Okay.
Then you bring it back up 5 years later. And that person say, the past is the past, let it be in the past. But I can't let that be in the past because it's...
You keep
it's-
bringing it up?
It's not about bringing it up. It's just, why can't we get over that hump? We didn't even close that chapter.
Right.
It's still there. It's literally an open chapter 5 years ago that you never closed. You never said anything. You thought it was Gucci after we had another kid or we bought a house. You know what I mean? So it's like when people say the past is the past, I hate that saying because it's like, yo, like you say that just to die the conversation.
Brush it under the
The
rug. I
past
guess.
is what
Put it
builds
under the
you,
rug,
and the
like-
future is
like
what
makes you
you
who you
choose
are.
to build.
Like, it's
That's the
stupid. It's a dumb
difference.
saying.
I like
The
that.
past is what builds you, and the future is what you choose to build.
Agreed.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Agreed.
From even you being on the show, what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
It was about
Whenever
a
it
few
was?
weeks back. Yeah.
Okay. I can tell you, your level of maturity has increased
It's beautiful.
from how you were speaking on. And I'm not knocking you, but I can tell that you've already started growing from that show to now. You can tell like your mindset has changed.
Mhm.
Because in our last show when we talked to you, you were kind of more defensive, and I'm not coming down on you. I want to commend you
I seen
for
it.
the work
I
that
seen
you've done so far, and I know that it's only uphill for you from here
Oh yeah,
because you've come far in a couple of
I'm
weeks.
not even questioning it. I'm not worried about you. You
I-
definitely gonna make it.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not worried about you making it. The hustle is. I'm not worried about you making it. At least business wise.
No, I'm talking about
yeah.
the person. I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about the
person-
person.
The mindset is everything.
I personally, your chest is lighter. Your
Yeah,
heart is lighter.
absolutely.
Your soul is lighter.
Yeah.
You can
And
see it in your
I could
eyes.
Yeah.
feel it. I could feel it. You know
Because
what I
we
mean?
all, I'm not gonna lie, we talked not badly about you, but we felt for you after that first episode. Like
Well,
we all wanted to cry for you because, huh? What happened?
I was talking about him.
Yeah.
You know, we
just
spoke.
wanted to
I'm
give
here.
you a hug.
I'm here.
We
That's all.
no, we
Just wanted to
family,
give you
so
a
we
hug.
gonna tell you like it is, right?
like I said.
And we really, I know I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart.
What
like,
you trying to say? I don't
see
mean
you.
it. What you trying to say? I don't mean
Shut
it.
your. If you ever get beat with a mic before,
Oh goodness.
don't let it be down.
Goodness.
But my heart hurt for you during that episode because I could tell like you were so hurt and you were broken.
Oh yeah, I
You-
still am broke.
Absolutely, but you've come a long way.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of.
You've
stuff
come a
that-
very
that
long way.
Got thrown at me, and I just had to take it open chest. And it was just like, after I took it open chest, and I was by myself, it all dropped and fell to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, just how you said it was clouded. It just all went away, and I could see where I want to go.
Yeah.
And it's just a maturity, I guess you could say, from me. And it's crazy how
It's a
again,
realization.
34 years old that I realized that.
Age ain't got nothing to do with it.
34
Age has nothing
is
to do
young.
with it.
Age
Oh,
ain't got nothing to do with
I'm
it.
older than you.
Absolutely no.
I'm older than you.
I'm
and I-
I'm very young, and I'm always told like, oh my gosh, your mindset is insane. Da,
You
da,
have
da.
an old soul, mama.
No, it's not even that. I literally, I'm not even gonna hold you. Probably like 2 years ago, I was probably at like the worst place in my entire life, like psych ward, worst place in my entire life. I've dealt with mental health issues severely since I was a kid, unfortunately. And literally just being able to change my mindset. I'm reading books now. I meditate every day. I do yoga. I freed my mind. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing.
Your aura is a lot lighter.
It's enlightenment. It's enlightenment
your
because
aura
I
is
changed
different.
my mindset because I kept looking for happiness, and instead of that, I changed my mindset to I need to look for peace because happiness comes in peace. So no matter what, finding
Agreed.
peace in myself, finding peace in friendships, finding friends who bring me peace, finding just things that find me peace, and happiness just tends to come after that.
So I'm a spiritual person, and my daily prayer is for God to remove people who don't belong in my life, and for me to allow and accept that.
Yeah, them people drop like flies.
Listen,
People aren't supposed to
I
be in
don't
your life.
question
Drop
it
like
no
flies.
more. If they're meant to be in my life, you will bring them in my life, and they will be there.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not meant to be in my life, or if they were only there for a short period of time for whatever they were there for,
For what you are as a person,
Mhm.
you're
Right.
probably you're a bartender. You have your own business,
right,
and you was there for that reason.
right.
Because I see myself be there because I only did hookah, and then now you out everywhere smoking hookah, and it's like, oh, cool, you don't need me no more. It's crazy.
But it's also like it comes with, I feel like, my personal growth and my personal maturity. Like sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you outgrow people.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Let me tell you something.
You always do. You will outgrow people until you are gone.
Let me tell you something. My phone probably rings. I don't even know how many times a day.
Too many.
Right?
Too many.
And let me tell you, like, all jokes aside, if I don't rock with you, you go on the voicemail. Let me tell I was on my deathbed, my guy.
Everybody that if y'all go to voicemail.
Oh, I'm telling you, if I send you the voicemail and you don't hear from me, it's intentional. I'm not
Listen,
hiding it. I don't
See,
hide nothing no
You're
more.
better than that. You allow them to even get the access to call. Block them.
But this is what I'm saying.
Instant block and delete.
I don't even know who's who. If you see my phone, half of the numbers that come up is not stored. I only have I don't have people stored in my phone because I've been on my deathbed, like literally, not
Yeah.
like.
See,
Not like
I've been
legit.
There, and I commend
Yeah,
you for
you feel
that.
me?
Like
not like exaggerating, like literally dead on a bed brought back to life type. You know what I mean? So So
Yeah.
like I've been there. You know what I mean? And when I was there, I was outside. I used to be outside. You feel me? And I knew a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people. I did for a lot of people. I protected a lot of people. You feel me? But when I was on my deathbed, like I was in the hospital, my brother made what's that thing you call when you try
GoFundMe?
to my brother made a GoFundMe account. Right? And to be honest with you, everybody that I thought would be there to support me, that had my back, that loved me, that was a friend, those people weren't nowhere to be found.
No.
Yep.
Nowhere to be found. You feel me? Like nowhere to be found. You hear me? And then I have some people that I woke up with them by my bedside. You know what I mean? I woke up with my mother telling me such and such was here. I woke up with my mother telling me, hey, this person told me if you need them, they got you. You know what I mean? And those people are the people that I'm rocking with today. You hear me?
No, I hear you.
Anybody that came to the hospital that was rocking with me, I'm rocking with them today. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, that brought value to life to me.
No, yeah,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you drive. I don't care what you wear. I don't care what promotion you got. I don't care what music you could play. My guy, if you got me, I got you.
Period.
And that's it. You know what I mean? If I don't feel like if I'm in danger or if my kids are in danger, if I'm in need and I don't feel comfortable picking up the phone to call you, we not friends.
Absolutely.
Period.
Not to discredit anybody, I'm not sugarcoating nobody. I'm not sugarcoating nothing no more.
It's crazy.
If you going to show up for me,
yeah.
I'm going to show up for you. And if
it-
I don't show up, I'm going to apologize.
It's typically your lowest points that you really see people for who they are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie to you and I'm not going to hold you. When my daddy passed, people showed me who they really were. Like, I had people, your mom came to my mother's house
And I'm sad.
and sat on the couch
I'm
with
sad
me.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sad to say this, but it's sad to say that.
Yeah.
Like that had to happen.
For me to see who really was there for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate people that you have to wait till like death
Absolutely.
to express your feelings about somebody. I
And that's
hate
why
it.
the whole
it's
saying
so,
came
like,
about. Give me my flowers when I am on this. I want to see my flowers. I don't want to see them. I'm not going to see them when I'm laying in a casket. If you want to give me my flowers, give me my flowers when
Now.
I can smell
Right now.
them.
That's why I say my time in the hospital was my funeral. That was my first funeral.
Man,
My
was
time
it.
in my hospital was my first funeral.
Never do that again, okay?
Which is why there's certain people in my life right now, like her moms, Keisha, Savita, Michelle, Code Red. Like, I'm not scared to call these people's name because at the end of the day, if they call me, I'm there without a doubt. And it's not because of
I got
nothing that
chills.
they could give me.
No, yeah.
It's for the simple fact that I know if I call them like if I call Keisha right now from the hospital, guess what? She's
she there
coming.
before you there.
She's coming. I don't have to ask. I don't have to say. If I don't tell her what hospital, she's going to call hospitals to find out which hospital. You feel me? That's the kind of friends that I
Absolutely.
need.
The craziest part is I know she's done that, but like she's done that
Facts.
before. She's done that
Facts.
before.
You feel me?
It's the
But
craziest
that's the
thing.
kind of friends I need because guess what? If Keisha called me right now, I don't care what it is. If a dude is touching her, if her kids are in trouble, if she's in financial trouble, it don't matter. I'm there.
Right.
And I don't care who has anything to say about Keisha, about anybody that I rock with. You know why? Because I don't rock with people because of y'all rocking with them.
Right.
I rock with them because they rock with me.
Period.
No, yeah,
But I had to get to a level of growing up to realize that. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you, I was that friend that held value in friendships in where we go, what we do, when we go out, who know us. You know what I mean? Like how many people show up for me. You could have 50 people show up for you, but if they're not really showing up for you, does it matter?
Sure.
Does it matter?
A lot of people, again, like I say, are opportunists.
You know what I mean?
They want to rock with you because what you could do for them.
what you
But
provide.
when you need them, they are nowhere to be found.
And I learned that.
And I have done the same thing.
I
have
learned that.
put people on. I have put money in people's pockets. I have helped people. I have cooked for people. I have taken care of people. And I'm not saying that because I want. What am I don't want the credit for it. I'm not saying that to make myself look good. I'm not saying that because I want it back in return. But if I'm there for you, of course I expect you to be there for
That
me.
simple.
It's a mutual, and it's not about finances.
At all.
It's not about none of that. But I want you to show up for me.
That's it.
I had people that
That's it.
just because you sent me flowers to my father's funeral meant that was your no, your presence, your physical presence was what mattered to me. You could have kept them flowers. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
I wanted you there because I needed support. I needed you to hold me up because I couldn't hold myself up.
Yeah, fuck what you could do for people.
You
like,
know what I'm saying?
fuck what you could do. I've done a lot for people. Fuck what you could do for
That's
people.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I've been at your kids' funerals. I've been
This
at your
is
kids
what I'm saying.
in the hospital with people's kids. You feel
Okay.
me? I've paid bills. I've showed up for people that didn't even consider saving our friendship. You know what I mean? And then I'm to the point where, guess what? Oh boy, I'm not even gonna say it on camera. But listen, if you don't show up for Daryl, fuck you.
The art of detachment is a beautiful thing.
You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful thing when you can really detach yourself from somebody.
Like
it's-
real talk.
It comes with maturity. It comes with
Yeah,
time.
it
You
comes
get
with
what I'm
ti-
saying?
It's just hard to do in general, though. It's not
It
even-
is. It is because we're the
You can't
type
just
of
wake up and do it. It's
no.
Exactly.
It gradual.
Because
It's
there's
gradual.
still,
Gradually
regardless
come.
of how dirty the person did you, you still have that like invisible line that just has that strong attachment towards that person.
I'm not gonna
regardless of
lie.
what they did. It's just like, damn, I don't want to break this off, but I know I have to for my own
even
good.
people that have done me wrong, I still have nothing but love. I still have care in my
Yeah.
heart,
That's how
and
I
it
am.
still hurts me to this day that y'all didn't value me enough.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put value on you, and you didn't value me enough.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm okay
Yeah.
because
Can't let
Y'all
it
are
hold you back.
tripping to me.
You know, because
Y'all
you know
tri-
what?
let me-
You know what? The
y'all
thing is,
tripping.
if I hold hate, and at first things first, if I hold hate in my face, that means I'm gonna get wrinkles. And baby, I'm never gonna give anybody the opportunity to give me wrinkles.
you better say it
Never
twice.
in my life
You
will
better say
anybody
it twice.
who is not paying my bills, who
I'm
is
not
not gonna be,
blocking my
who's
blessing.
not gonna be hugging
Listen,
me when I'm
listen.
on my deathbed, when I'm dead. They're not gonna be my casket. No, I'm always
y'all
gonna
missing
send love out.
y'all missing my understanding, right? If we don't deal no more,
Right.
I don't have to hate you for us not to
Right.
deal.
Yeah, yeah.
If I don't know somebody on the street, I don't deal with them either.
Yeah, you can be
I
indifferent.
don't have hate for them.
You can be
Right.
indifferent.
I just don't rock with them.
right.
But
Yeah.
I have no problem saying I don't rock with you.
No,
No, that's
it's
fine.
not a matter of me
There's a
rocking with
difference.
them.
Yep.
It's not a matter. I don't rock with you, but at the same time,
I don't have ill will.
I no, I don't have ill will.
Oh, I don't
It's
have
not
ill
that
will, but I don't
have
give
to
two about
with
you.
you no more.
right.
But
don't
it's
have
still
ill will.
disappointing that I put value on you and you didn't value me enough.
And that's their loss.
Absolutely.
Definitely
no,
their loss.
that's oh, we already know that.
I'm
That's
not
their loss.
That's their
questioning
loss
that.
because
Because y'all gonna feel it.
Yeah,
right?
when
y'all
we-
gonna feel my loss.
when we on that yacht next year, just
Yeah,
chilling.
baby, I've been there, done that. Got
Hello.
two ships and
No.
shot glass. I'm sorry.
There's a difference between a mega yacht. See, I want us to go on a mega. Like I went on a mega
No, I
mega
wanna
yacht.
own one.
No, see, I would never make that
I
event.
like mega yachts. They're so nice.
Let me tell you something. I've been on. I don't know about y'all. I've been on my first one last year.
Oh, okay.
First one ever. This
was
mega
a
yacht
few
had a
years
4-car garage for
Yeah.
jet
Yeah.
skis.
Yeah, I know
Like-
about it.
They're nice.
Like
know about it.
my guy.
They're nice.
You hear me? Like my guy. Yo, they had a 4 garage, like 4 door garage on the side of the yacht.
Yeah, where the
That
jet skis go in.
Just
Yeah, they slide right in
Yeah,
from the
they
ocean.
slide right
because
in.
mind
Yeah.
you, when we went on the yacht, it was my first time. So when they were saying stuff, I didn't want to
You didn't
sound
wanna
like
make it obvious.
No,
yeah, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I didn't want to make it seem like I didn't know.
They're just like, yeah, we
So,
gotta go up to
yeah,
the
we
to
was-
this and do that. And he's like, yeah, let's
we
do
on
it.
the yacht.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was the first night we was on the yacht. We went upstairs. They had dinner cooked. We
Yeah.
ate dinner upstairs, and they was like, "All right, so we're gonna go on the jet skis tomorrow and have a good time." My mindset, we're in the middle of the ocean. So are we going back to pick up jet skis
No,
or?
babes, they're
but this is
packed.
what I'm thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Literally.
we gonna, you know what I mean? We gonna go back
We
You know what I
gonna
mean?
stop at the island, the
Rent some
sandbar,
jet skis,
at the
or, you know,
sandbar.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
not
know what I
knowing they
mean?
was right
Yeah.
in your
A
boat.
4-man crew gonna get it.
Right.
Yeah,
They gonna swim
exactly.
back.
This
Gonna
is what
swim
I'm
back to
thinking.
get it.
My guy, we woke up in the morning and they had life vests in the back of the boat.
Yeah.
I said, so we swimming back? Like, why we got these motherfuckers let loose another boat from in the boat?
Yeah.
Another boat
A smaller boat.
came and got us, took us to the garage where the jet skis was. We got on the jet skis and just rode jet skis in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Isn't life beautiful when you're not problematic?
Bro.
Isn't life so peaceful and beautiful when you
Bro.
literally, you're not a hater, you're just living life.
When I say that opened up a whole nother level of life to me. You hear me? A whole nother level of life.
That's like traveling for me when I go to a third world country and I see stuff. I'm just like,
Because
Yeah.
I've rented
Make me
I've
wanna
rented
go
multiple
other
it
yachts.
puts life into
Yeah.
perspective.
You know what I
It
mean?
puts
Like I
life
went to
into
Miami
perspective.
and rented them little
Boat
yachts.
party boats.
When I thought I was doing something, you know what I mean? Get a little champagne, some friends, and we think we doing something. My
was-
guy.
We are doing something.
You hear me? That mega yacht was probably like 5, 6 of them boats I rent in Miami. You hear me?
how much was that?
Oh, I didn't pay for it.
Isn't it?
I didn't. I didn't pay for it. Thank God for my investor. Yo, if you watching this, you gonna be watching this. Whenever you watch it, my guy,
Set that
We
up
need
again,
investment.
my
Set it up
my
again.
my guy.
guy.
You know what I mean?
This time we
Yeah.
need hot talk,
Yeah.
real talk
My
on
God.
there, okay?
Yeah, my guy. I'm not. I wish I could say it in your language, but I don't know.
What language does he speak?
He's Filipino.
Would you like me to give
Oh, I don't speak. I
Yeah.
love their
I'll
language
give you
though.
my phone number
They
on
speak
that.
Spanish
That's
too, though.
No, you
He
won't.
does? They do.
No, they speak both Spanish, and I don't want to mispronounce the native.
But
If it
your
starts with a
friends
T,
can be our friends.
Yeah, his
yo,
That's
let's
what we
mingle.
say.
he's Filipino and his pops is the bit. All right.
Yo, make me some
Forget it.
lumpia
I'm
and we chillin',
but
dog.
They got.
Listen, I
I
need
love me
some
some-
lumpia in my life.
Give me some
okay?
adobo.
Lynn
Yeah,
and Tamara. I need some lumpia in my life.
We
okay?
yeah,
Tamara
like-
James and Madeline. I need lumpia.
Life can be so fantastic
Listen.
when you just focus on what you got to focus on. The people that you don't need in your life, when they
Listen.
just drop off like flies, you have none of that negativity
I'm gonna just tell
surrounding
you
you. It's
this, and I
beautiful.
said it today. Obviously, y'all know I just went on vacation, not to boast and brag, but I went to a location. I went to a country that I said I was never gonna go back to.
Where?
Mexico.
Mexico. Mexico.
And reason
Mexico.
why is
How
my
far you went?
I don't.
Isla Mujeres.
Love it.
It's in Cancun,
Shout out to all my
But it's
Mexicans
like
out there,
in
y'all
the
the
cut.
realists.
right?
I can't stand it.
I
What?
love Mexico.
Mexico.
I don't care. I love it.
So
Love it.
here's my thing.
I did Cosmo. That was it.
You went with
I-
a resident?
Huh?
You went with somebody that's from there?
No,
Live there?
no.
Oh, okay.
I love Mexico. Love it.
So here's my thing. The first 2 times I went to Mexico, I went to Cancun and Tulum. And that's what made me swear off Mexico because I didn't enjoy myself. Shit. I've come to the realization
huh.
that it wasn't because of the country.
It was the people you
Never
was
is.
with.
It
Never
was the
is.
people.
It was the people you was
It
with.
never is where you are. It's the people
And I'm
around
not,
you.
I'm not dogging y'all, so don't come for me. Stay out my inbox, stay out my DMs. I'm gonna just let you know that now. Y'all blocked anyway, but anyway. This time, and maybe it was because of the people this time as well, I thoroughly enjoyed Mexico. My cousin is still there. She and her boyfriend are there for the rest of the month. And there's sides of Mexico that are amazing that I didn't even know existed.
I'm sure.
And I'm actually jelly because this is my 3rd time that I'm taking to enjoy a country where the last 2 times I could have spent that money and thoroughly enjoyed the country.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until the last day of Tulum where my significant other at that time said, "Hey, I saw this guy across the street. He has a package for zip lining a cenote. If you don't know what a cenote is, it's one of those like spiritual caves." He's like, let's go do that. And I said, F it, we're here.
Right.
Let's do it. This is the only thing you asked for on this trip. That was the one day I thoroughly enjoyed Mexico.
So with me in Mexico, right?
Uh-huh.
I can't say I didn't. All right, let me not try to give Mexico a bad name, right?
Well,
Let me not-
don't talk
not-
down on Mexico.
let me not try to
man.
give-
Because that's how I feel about DR,
love
but
me
go ahead.
Mexico.
No, listen, all right,
I
so-
love me all these countries. They're
I'm
the
a
realest.
person that when I go to like the Caribbean,
Uh-huh.
I am a beach head.
Okay, so yeah, but Mexico is not it.
Aha.
The water is different.
Yeah,
it's
Central
rough.
America. You can't
Uh-huh.
you can't
Not a
expect the
beachhead.
Caribbean.
It's
Right.
this time I
So-
didn't go to the beach at all.
When I say I didn't enjoy myself, is because I'm not able to do what I normally do.
The
when I
water is
go.
not calm.
See,
Right.
that's the issue. You
Yeah.
can't be going to places with expectations.
That's-
Never go anywhere with expectations.
No, you shouldn't me. I'm going with expectations.
You
because I'm-
shouldn't.
I'm going with
You
expectations.
can't. Because the thing is, if you go into a place with expectations and then you get disappointed,
You write that
versus
whole place
instead of
off.
having an open mind and you go and then you're just like, wow, I didn't even know I would enjoy this. You can't go to places like that with
So that was
expectations.
all right,
us.
but listen,
Go ahead.
I went to Mexico with the intentions of enjoying the beach because everybody that I was going with was telling me, oh, they got a beach and they got it. I didn't even want to go to Mexico. Yeah, I didn't even want to go to Mexico. The people I was going with, they drink. I'm not a drinker no more. You know what I mean? As long as I got my bud, you know what I mean, and I got the beach, I'm okay. But it wasn't the beach I was promised.
No, it wasn't the beach that you expected.
That you were
No,
used to.
I said it right. Promised.
Who promised
Because
you that?
If they had told me,
They wasn't your friends. You didn't do your own research. I'd always read your
yeah, that's a
research
Google
on this.
search.
if they had told me that Mexico,
Womp womp.
you know what I mean?
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm not even gonna hold you, pimp.
Again, that's why I said I'm not gonna put the blame on Mexico because I know why me as
better
a
not.
person why I'm saying I didn't enjoy Mexico
I'm about to
because
say.
I went to Mexico to enjoy the beach.
Yeah,
I go to every Caribbean island to enjoy the beach.
See,
The
that's
Mexico
the thing.
beaches are rough.
They are.
Their water is not what
Not a beach
we
person.
would expect
I am definitely.
as a Caribbean because I'm used to. Okay, so I love Jamaica, not because of relationship.
It's a lot of money.
No comment. No comment.
I love Jamaica even before this gentleman
Yeah,
came
she
into
loved.
my
She
life.
loved.
got
Bob
some
Marley was
family
there
out there.
prior. You don't know.
No, I had actually been 3 times prior to meeting this person.
Got some cousins. And
I-
everything. Just let me know, yo. I'm with it.
I know you're
Let me
Jamaican.
know.
Thank you, sir.
I got some family out there.
I can't stand you. I need a
They would
beach
love them
house.
Some Savita, I promise you that.
My Lord,
Oh,
God.
boy.
Give me some.
Hey, listen,
Nah, no
listen.
Jamaica.
Whoever watches this, I have nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Neither do I.
Nothing.
Neither
Everything.
do
Let me,
I.
let me just take myself out of that.
He
okay?
has everything to do with it.
You know what I mean? That's-
But
facilitating it.
anyway,
It's a
back
whole
to
little
what I was
dating game.
saying. I love Jamaica. Oh, one of the main reasons why is because of the beach. The water is calming. It's you hardly have waves. You can go neck deep and you're like halfway in the ocean. So I understand what you're saying, but that also is on you.
Agreed.
If you're going to a country, you have to research, read your Google reviews. It's a new, like, that's something that I do now. Google reviews are a thing now. And I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I'm legit researching because this time around, I guess I did enjoy Mexico because I didn't go on the beach. We spent most of our time at the pool or, but it was also the people I went with. But I'm mad. I'm mad that I wasted the last 2 times.
Well, yeah, like I said, I
Like,
enjoyed myself in Mexico
right.
because we had a pool in the back of our room. We had a little pool. We had a little jacuzzi.
I had a
Like,
jacuzzi in
yeah.
my balcony.
Yeah, like right there, like right in the back.
You sold me.
walk through the back, and like there was a whole strip pool. Like and
I
then
always see the pictures.
Yeah.
I booked the Mexico all inclusive, but then that's
What
when
part?
the hurricane hit, and then they didn't wanna give my money
was
back,
that
and I
recent?
cursed them out.
Ross, whole
This is like 2 years ago.
No, they gotta give you your
No,
money
they
back.
gave, no, I handled that. They gave me all that stuff. But
Yeah,
we
like
ended up going to Mexico. We went to Jamaica.
yeah.
I love
that's
Jamaica.
That's a great change.
I'll take that any day.
Any
And
the
it's
trip
crazy
is what you
you
make
said
it.
that.
The trip is what you make it.
You have not seen a beach in Jamaica
Uh-huh.
the way you seen one. I can guarantee you, there's parts that like, yo, it's way more beautiful than what you.
Oh, I know. And don't think I
It's-
went because
it's-
don't think I went and stayed at the tourist part.
No.
Nah.
Nah, as a West Indian, you don't do that. What
I
West Indian
never do
person
that.
you know that go to another
When we
island
go-
and
when we
stay
go to
and
Jamaica-
not just stay with one of their friends?
I did that in Antigua
See,
Why would you do
we-
that?
We go
because I didn't know nobody at the time.
Oh,
stay-
see at the time. See now how that changed, right?
we
See how
have
that
family
changed.
lives along in the countryside.
Yeah.
And then while we stay in Ocho Rios, because they built the highway. that you
Yeah,
go straight
yeah,
to
yeah,
Kingston,
yep.
And we could just exit off and go to see the family. When we go to Kingston and we drive the coast of Kingston to Old Alba and Port Moore and all that, yo, I've just seen it through the window,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, that's way better than where we stay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy.
I
love
love
Ja-
Jamaica.
anyone-
I love
Every
Jamaica. I want to own
country-
a house on the beach in Jamaica.
Never.
That
Every
is my
country has its
dream.
Never.
own beautiful aspects.
What?
Never.
That is my dream.
Never.
Man is
I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm about to
I
say I
know.
would never go to, and it's only for the fact that, this is gonna be a little controversial take.
Yes.
I do not like when people that are not originally from that place decide to move there, especially small islands.
That's every
because-
island now, though.
No, yeah. I don't like it. It can happen with every island. I don't like it. I don't like when people move there because they just gentrify the area. They make it harder for the locals. And nowadays, they trying to tell Jamaicans they can't go to a beach. What are you talking about? It's not a private beach.
They
You telling me the sand is private?
So
They definitely tried
that's
that.
actually something that with Cornwall,
I hate
Cornwall
that.
Beach. When I first went there, maybe 13 years ago, Cornwall Beach was open to the public.
'Cause it's a-
Now, because of the hotels that are on the beach, if you not a guest,
Can't
you
even
can't
look
go.
and you know
on
something
Cornwall
crazy?
Beach.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet the person that owns that hotel is not Jamaican?
They're not.
That money's not
The
going
whole
back to
strip,
Jamaica.
the whole strip is
Definitely.
owned by Cubans.
That money's not going back to
It's
Jamaica.
Cubans.
It's not
Not at
going
all.
back
Not
to the
at
people.
all.
That's
Not
why
at
I
all.
don't. I mean, it's great, but people love to sensationalize these islands. Like, I'm moving here and it's my peace and my spiritual awakening all in the same time while like
The one
not
place
giving
I would
money.
move to would be Bahamas.
I never said I wanted to move. I just said I wanted to own a house.
If I was to buy a house, it would be in Bahamas.
Why?
I could just take my boat and drive there.
Okay.
For the
That makes sense.
convenience.
And then anytime you need to come back to the land, you just 2 hours
I
back
know.
to
That's
Miami.
exactly
Unless
why I'm
it's-
looking at
the
saying
thing
I,
is,
I want to go to Virgin
For
Islands.
me,
I'm
it's
sorry.
really just the only reason I have
I
land is
wanna go
because
to
it's passed
Virgin
on.
Islands.
You want to go or you want to live?
I want to buy a house in the Virgin Islands.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
let me-
Do
let me-
that because I
let me
need a
tell y'all
place to
something,
stay.
right?
Just don't privatize the beach.
Let me tell
yo.
y'all something.
That's
You
all I'm
see-
saying.
You see St. John?
I've never been. I want to go. That's on
You
my
see
bucket list.
St. John Beach?
Yeah, I've seen it.
As long as people listen, my
But
whole
you
thing,
do
don't
that because I
privatize
need a
the
place to
beach.
stay. I'm just saying.
That's my whole thing.
Listen to me. Oh my
I need.
God.
I need a.
Oh my.
I need
listen,
a free spot
listen,
to stay.
Listen, last time I went,
Uh-huh.
we took. I mean, we almost died on the
I
boat.
heard they're expensive though.
As St. John is expensive as, and it's not even.
AF.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, baby, but and then it's not even. There's not even like locals.
so
like,
over
it's,
us
it's a
with
lot
this
of
editing already.
what she said. There's a lot of the other complexion there.
In Jamaica, all the little mom and pop shops are owned by Indians. Like I'm talking about from India.
It's
Like
crazy.
you go to like the straw market and stuff. You go to straw market, all you see is the Indian guy in there. Indian people, like they run that whole thing.
Well, it's like Guyana. Guyana, all the Brazilians are coming in there now.
I want to go so bad.
To Guyana?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Experience is
Listen,
so
Let
man.
me tell y'all
it's
something.
just
You ain't never
crazy.
been?
The Caribbean.
Because
Let's
my-
go.
My grandma be like, "Yo, you gotta hide your jewelry. You gotta hide
No, you don't. It's all about who you go with. Let's
But
go.
what's crazy about just how you said that? I've had a friend that went to Guyana
And
and
got
he got robbed. Like, and that scares
You
me. as a
can't be
person.
flashy dashy.
He
Nah,
was
for
not
real, though.
flashy.
For real,
He had
though.
his chain inside like this, just like this, and he had a bangle on his hand.
Yeah, see, that's the call out right
but
there.
he had a sweatband over it. But he was driving with his uncle and whatnot, and I guess the wind was blowing, and I guess you could see this go like this, and there was a chain on. They cut in front of his van. They stopped the van, gunpoint. They took his ID, his credit cards, his chain, everything. Like he said, he was lucky to live.
That wouldn't have happened
And it's
if
crazy, like
they
just-
were
and
making
that's
money. That's what I'm
last year.
saying.
It's
If
like,
what?
But I want to go. Like
That wouldn't have happened if the people were getting money. Because
Well,
this
they're
is
in
the
a
thing. The
war
only
right
reason,
now. No,
yes,
that's not
because
true.
here's the
Not in
gag.
Guyana.
Here's the gag. The only reason why a lot of these Caribbean islands have such high rates of crime in comparison to other places that may have like similar cultural background, just similar in general, is only because look at the people who own these properties. Look at the people who are making the money, and look where the money's going. It's not going back to the people. It's not going.
Correct.
These people are making the money, so they have to do these things.
But we have to blame some of that on the locals too.
No, of course. Obviously, you're participating in violence. I'm not saying that.
Oh
but
no, I'm not even talking about that aspect. I'm talking about the aspect that people in the Caribbean choose to come to Canada, choose to go to come to America and start businesses here. They choose not to start businesses in the
Back
Caribbean.
home.
Why?
Because of that.
We know why.
Why?
We know why. They move because they don't want to be a part of the violence. Most of the time.
I'm talking about before. Like, the Caribbean wasn't always this. Trinidad was never this violent.
Okay, yes. So at least with Trinidad, I can say in Trinidad, the reason why my grandma decided to come over here was because it was
Opportunities.
hard. It was opportunity.
Opportunities,
Because
the
they
land
couldn't
of
get the same
opportunity.
opportunity in Trinidad, and you want to know why? Because the people who owned the land, they weren't from Trinidad, and none of the money was going towards them. They tried to get jobs, and they couldn't get it because the owners were like, "Oh, we don't want." And they're black Trinidadians too. And there's a weird race division in Trinidad. There's always some race division in Trinidad, which is
It's all over.
it's all over.
I don't want to sound like the asshole. I really don't, right?
Am I the asshole? Go
But
ahead.
I feel like we keep giving excuses for
Excuses, yep.
stuff because people in the States say the same thing, but people from the Caribbean come over here and do better than us. You know what I mean? It's not that we can't do it.
You know why?
I'm about to say, who us?
You know why? Because the people that come over to this country, the same way they were trying to build a wall, those people are willing to do anything to survive.
Yeah.
And that's the same
We
thing.
as Americans have too much quality. We have too much.
It's
What's the
not-
word I'm looking for?
We're spoiled.
Style.
Right, but it's not just America. It's the same thing in the Caribbean. The Indians go to the Caribbean and succeed. The Asians go to the Caribbean and succeed because the people in the Caribbean have too much style for the Caribbean.
Like all the
It's
ro-
the
Listen,
same
man,
thing.
I
all
just
the
here's
highways
my
in
thing.
Jamaica is all the Chinese.
Here's
Yeah,
my
it's
thing.
the same
I
thing.
All
need
the
y'all.
money that
I need
they're
y'all to do
getting
this for me,
from
right?
The toll road and all that stuff going to China.
Listen, I think that people aren't aware of how far back this stuff goes. I'm not saying there's no accountability
All
to the
goes back
people.
way back,
I'm not
way
saying there's
back.
no account. There shouldn't be any
Back in the
accountability to the
time.
people who do what they do. But I'm saying it's important for us to know why things are why things are the way they are. Because if we have an understanding of why they're doing this or why things are the way, at least why it started, why there's such an insane dynamic, then it's easier to dismantle that. Granted, you're always going to have bad people. That's just life. It's just how it's going to be. However, the only way to dismantle a system is to understand why the system's there in the first place. If you're pointing and be like, you guys need to take accountability for slavery, they can't do that. You just got to fix it.
Heard, but we can't keep running when things are hard either.
No.
And that's
I
what it
understand.
is. Like, if it's hard in the Caribbean, let's run to the States. If it's hard here, let's run here. At the end of the day, if you're willing to put in work, put in work. If you want better, work for it. You know what I mean? It's not
Absolutely.
like
Some people mentality, but you gotta remember, some people out there they're like, yo, we gonna put in the work, but then let me extort this person, let me extort that person, and that's their business.
right, but
Yeah.
since people in general are always going to take the easy route out, which is why Section 8 and food stamps and all these things exist because people
Preach.
are willing to take that and survive off of that. You know what I mean? It's not to say you can't go out there and get a job and pay your rent.
Yeah.
It's not to say you can't go out there and get a job and pay for groceries or get 2 jobs and pay for groceries.
You know something really crazy about like government assisted programs? The demographic that is the highest on those programs is the demographic that loves to say we're coming in to
the
steal their
light-skinned
jobs.
people, the
They're the
non-melanated.
highest demographic on that,
Yes,
and they're always.
the non-melanated.
And for some
folks.
reason, they say that we're the people who are using it the most. Isn't that crazy?
Richer.
Isn't that crazy?
Right.
Isn't that so crazy?
It's not crazy. I'm not surprised.
No, we shouldn't be surprised because once again,
There's no middle class.
when has brown
You're poor or you're rich.
when
That's
have
it.
brown and black people ever had an opportunity to just do what they do?
Ah,
When?
ah.
There's
It goes
not-
back past 400 years.
Of course, there's nothing that we taking advantage of that they're not taking a bigger advantage of. But
My cousin,
at the end of the day,
my cousin went to Tokyo and Malaysia and Japan. She was like, it's the parts that she went to, she's like, you don't even see trash on the floor. because
Isn't
of
it
the government.
beautiful? It's crazy.
Like you can't. She's like, you can't. What is it? She said you can't.
You can't
burp-
even smoke.
burp or spit on the floor and you'll get in trouble.
In Korea, clean.
You can't even
Clean.
smoke.
Clean.
You can't smoke in public.
Well, actually, let me not, because in Asia they're actually heavy chain smokers. They're actually extremely
yeah,
heavy chain
crazy,
smokers. Like in
crazy,
the clubs,
crazy.
like when I came out of a club, my hair smelled like straight cigarette. They're heavy. No, you could do public drinking on the streets. You can do like these people. Y'all don't understand. Y'all need to come to Asia.
She
Y'all
love-
need to come
so
to
excited.
Asia.
she gets so hyped when you start talking.
because
so
it's
excited
crazy.
for you to go.
No, because y'all be no. It's just the fact that people love to. I think people love to just take what they see and what they hear. It's clean, but when you outside at night, people squat on the floor smoking cigarettes. They each got a bottle of liquor. Like it's like people are actually still causing trash. It's just how the government deals with it. Cough, cough. It's how the government deals with it.
One of my
The government.
It's how the government deals with it.
Our government don't give a f about
I
us.
really want to go, really and truly.
Say Japan.
Mumbai.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes, I want to go
want
too.
I want to go to Mumbai so
my
badly.
sister's parents went. My sister's in-laws went.
I was gonna say, ain't your
And
sister's
they-
parents your
Your parents?
parents?
They went there for a month,
Mhm.
and they said that it was just an experience that they.
I want to go to
I
Goa.
wanna go. I want to go in
It was
general.
just-
Yeah.
However-
it's, yeah.
however-
and they
I
came
have
back and they
heard-
was telling us stories. I'm just like, I'm drooling because it's like
It's
something-
not all. It's not.
I-
It's not all
no, no.
diamonds and pearls.
Not
Yeah.
drooling as in I want to experience
Yeah.
it so bad because like I'm coming up watching my mom put
Our Indian movies.
and
Yeah.
it's like watching that and you see the poverty.
It's culture. It's your
and then
heritage.
now,
Yeah.
nowadays you see like TikTok and stuff like that. It's like
I'm not a
it's
TikToker.
crazy.
It's really
Yeah.
crazy.
Like,
However,
not TikTok reels.
I've always wanted to.
Oh.
I've always said I've wanted to go to India. However,
Yeah, India
being-
is one place. I
it's
wanna
just
go to.
it's what I've heard, and as well as like I've had like family who's lived in India temporary. They lived everywhere.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it hurts me how unsafe it is for women. That's
So
what breaks
I'm
my heart.
So glad you brought
That's
this
what
up
breaks
because
my
I
heart.
spent 2 hours on the phone talking about this yesterday because I was talking to my significant other and we were discussing because he had no idea what had happened, what had transpired recently.
wait,
And
hold on. I don't have
I'm
no
gonna
idea.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get to it. I'm
It's,
gonna
Okay,
get
I don't
to
know
it.
what-
there's a lot of very tragic
Hold
stories out
on.
there.
I'm gonna get to it. I'll explain to you guys. However, I had to read him about what exactly just happened. So, for you guys who don't know, there was a 30-year-old doctor who just was raped and murdered. And when I read the story last night, I cried because the statistic is in 2022, I want to say, there were 22,000 rapes that occurred in India and nobody was held accountable. That's 82. They said it was 82 rapes a day. The way they killed this poor girl, because she was only 30 years old, they raped her. Multiple people raped her. Her co-workers, females, held her legs while she was being raped. It was so bad that they said they found her with her legs in a 90-degree angle. That's an L shape. For rigor mortis to set in and your legs to be like that, you had to be in that position for a while. They said her pelvis had broke apart. They said they forced her so bad, they choked her so bad that she started bleeding from her eyes. They broke her glasses, in which her glass fragments were found in her eyeballs. For you to torture somebody like that, she's a doctor, for you to, that's inhumane, and it happens more times than not, and it's not talked about enough, and we're not we, that government, and maybe us too, because we like to stick our nose in stuff that doesn't pertain to us.
Yep.
But we need to come together as a people. People need to start being held accountable. Like we had this conversation last night about in Jamaica. If somebody rapes somebody, the culture is you have fear instilled in you that if you get caught, best believe is going down. Yeah. So you have that fear in you that you're not gonna perform that kind of act for fear, right?
Social
in
justice.
India, sorry.
Yeah.
In India, who do you hold accountable? Because everybody is covering up for everybody. Everybody is in on it.
How'd that
Right?
story break?
And here's something crazy. That's not the first story that I've seen that was just as brutal. There
I
was the one
think-
with the girl with the
No, but
bus.
how did it break? As in like
How did it-
How did
Yeah.
it come about?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I think
Because out of that 22,000, that one breaks. It's like
well, no,
not
no,
that
no.
it's
But
crazy, but I'm just saying like, how did that come about? Being like a big topic.
I think because of her status,
Mm-hmm.
because of her being a doctor, and I want to say a well-known doctor, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure.
I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive that's how, because after 22,000 rapes,
Well, because here's the thing, it's
Come
not
on.
that that story's that story is just the one story that come out. These stories are all out. It's just that happened to be the one that she saw.
That was highlighted.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
it.
the one that was. I mean, I knew. Unfortunately, I know. I hate to say that this is the culture.
No, but I mean, unfortunately, in a
But-
lot of countries, like rape culture is a very big thing, and it's not like some men grow up with it not being like they're taught like it's not wrong.
It's
That's just how they're taught, you know. As much as you might be like, well, what about their moral compass? It's how they're raised.
No, I
They're
don't- I-
men
that-
sometimes.
But personally speaking, as an Indian woman, a lot of times in our culture, it's always looked at as a man is superior and a woman is inferior. And for me, I think it's a power trip. I did say it last night that I feel like some men don't know how to handle a woman's status and stature, and the fact that she was
Yeah, it could've been.
independent in the
Right.
sense of being a doctor. She went to school.
Right.
Because those types of opportunities aren't necessarily awarded to women.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she did that, I'm going to safely assume, my opinion,
It was like a status thing.
that these people who did this to
Right.
her didn't feel like she was,
She was too good for them.
yeah,
Right,
that she
right.
wasn't. What is the word I'm looking for? She didn't
not-
deserve it,
Yeah, she's
right?
not a man, so she can't
Right.
hold that status.
Exactly.
Right,
And
right.
unfortunately, I've been in situations where
But it's crazy how the girl co-workers held her foot.
so there's no penalty for them.
So, at least what I saw this horrible documentary. It was a rape that happened years ago, but it
Ooh, I
hit
got
the
chills.
world because it was a girl. She was with her boyfriend. She went on a bus. These men beat the crap out of her boyfriend,
Right.
raped her until she was dead.
Right.
Like they raped
and
her.
he watched her. He
Yes.
watched it all happen and couldn't do nothing.
because they were holding her
'Cause they
boyfriend
held
down. They
him-
were
they
beating him
held
up.
him down.
So in that situation, I saw the documentary. They talked to the
Authorities.
They talked to the parents of these men, the mothers. They talked to the mothers of these men, and the mothers are like, "Well, she shouldn't have been out. You know, she was showing a little bit of her chest. So obviously she wanted." And mind you, this is in India. Look, the women dress conservative because they have tried to avoid this. But I mean, rape isn't about how they dress. A lot of the times,
all.
when they interview rapists, they say it's because they want power. That's why they do it to anybody.
That's exactly what
I
it
feel like
is.
I'm about to be the asshole again. I really do.
We used to it. Go ahead.
How do I say this? Because I don't want to. I really don't. I'm not trying to offend nobody, right?
Say it.
I feel like, because I have a lot of Indian friends, right? Like a lot of Indian friends, right? And even the ones here, you could see that the females can't. There's no equal,
That's
You
what
know what
I'm
I
trying to
mean?
tell you.
and which means that it's not something that just came about. You know
No,
what I mean?
it's
This-
passed on
It's
from
years
generation
and
to
So
years.
generation.
this is how they live
Yes.
in India.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I understand how we might feel a kind of way.
But like to them, like a lot of
It's a
people,
norm.
It's
an
normal.
everyday thing.
It's a normal
This
thing.
is what I'm saying. So we're over here having a conversation. As much as we feel that it's wrong and it shouldn't happen, you know what I mean? Where they're from, this is normal activity.
Natural.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
they do have
But
now.
it's not going to stop.
Right.
because
It's not going to
They
stop.
do
It's-
have
it's-
associations now. They did recently, not too long ago, they instated a law where they do have to put all of the men through trial. At first, they didn't have a law that said they had to even go to trial.
See,
by the way,
that's crazy, because I guarantee you there's people in India that's probably looking at us over here like, yo, y'all allowing this over here?
no, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
They're probably like, dang, what's going on in the
You know
States,
what I mean?
yo?
Right.
I don't want to go
So,
there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, me being an Indian woman, I have seen that kind of attitude. Like, I don't. This is wrong to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway, and it's my preference. I don't date Indian men because of that.
But I've protected homegirls in a club.
Yes.
That have gotten their head
It's
knocked
just-
off
Right.
just-
in the club.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like no disrespectful, not like
No.
dancing with another dude.
No.
I'm talking about I seen a dude knock his chick head off. Her glasses flew because she was looking at somebody dance.
Right.
It's really sad. It's very
So,
sad.
I obviously know that.
And
You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
culture thing.
And
It
that's
is a
why-
culture
that's why
thing,
a
and
lot
it's
of
sad.
a lot of Indian females end up with a lot of Indian dudes because of the whole family.
She said, "Not this one."
Right, but
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I've dealt with the backlash of that. I've dealt with
oh,
the
I'm
backlash.
positive. I'm positive you
Something
have.
so
And-
crazy though. Like I always find it so interesting because, as we know, I'm getting my master's in history and world history. So I've looked into like Indian culture, like from like BC, and they upheld women so much. Like they used to consider prostitutes as sacred because of one of the Hindu goddesses. Like you know how insane.
Where did it go wrong?
Where did the three? You know where it went wrong? British occupation.
Yeah.
That's where it
why
went
I'm
wrong.
saying, where did it go wrong?
It went wrong when certain people
and
pulled
it's,
up.
It's sad, right? It's sad because this is my culture. This is my parents' culture. This is my ancestors. My ancestors are from
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
mine
I'm
too.
gonna own my
Period.
You get what I'm saying? But I have been turned off by watching that power trip, that power struggle that you feel like because of female, no matter what, she could look a certain way, be a certain way because you feel that this woman should be inferior to you. That gives you the right. And it's like, bro, like women in India are not, they're not trying to look at like how women on the Western culture want to be looked at as an equal.
They just want to live.
They just want an opportunity
That's
to
it.
better themselves, right? Because they come from a culture where it's you stay home, you be the housewife, you
Yeah,
clean
they-
the
they ain't
house,
gonna
you
get
mind
that. That's what they're
picnic,
gonna get.
and that's it, right? Now they've awarded. What'd you say?
I said that's how they grew up, so that's their mindset.
Exactly.
If they go out that mindset, look what would happen.
and
Exactly.
everybody else is still in that mindset.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah.
So-
but look at even in India, anybody that tries to start a association for rapists,
Yeah,
or
that happens.
they get killed.
Yeah,
They get
Absolutely.
ostracized. It's
Instantly.
insane.
They-
Absolutely.
Like, if somebody tries to do that in India and try to, like, as soon as their face goes on the TV,
It's insane.
they're dead.
That's
Absolutely.
scary. It's scary.
and yes, you can cut that out.
but it's scary. It's scary though. It really is.
It really is, and it's like it's sad to me because when I read the story and I actually reread the story last night in more detail, it's like, damn, all this girl was trying to do was just better herself. She stayed in India. You get what I'm saying? She's working in India.
trying to
She's
help her
trying to
people.
give back to
help
her
her people.
country.
Okay, but you have to put it in that mindset. Like, I get what you're trying to do, but look at where you're trying to do that. Balance out that. Like, come on now.
But this is the gag. Like you
22,000.
gotta.
As a female, technically speaking, if you're gonna do all that and get your doctorate and become a doctor, and all
Leave
that
India.
stuff, you should know the statistics of you going back there to do that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not. The story happened. The story. I'm putting my input on it. You're telling me that 22,000 people got raped that 1 year, and you decided to go back there.
She
as
might not have
your
ever left.
statue.
I'm about to say.
She might
to
not have
do
ever
that.
left.
Yeah,
and it's hard.
absolutely.
It's hard for them to leave because a lot of times they've got their families there. They're, you know what I'm saying?
See,
Like they're
Here's
not
my
like
thing
us
though.
over
Here's my
here.
thing.
Like I
I get
said,
it.
you
I
worked
get
that
it. Like
hard
you
to
worked
put your-
hard. I get that. However, within that 22,000, those were little girls. Those were people who were just walking to school. It wouldn't have excluded her from being raped at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
She would have just been raped
But
maybe
she-
by different
okay,
people.
Okay, understood. Understood what you said. But she's going to work, right?
Yeah.
Going to work as a boss and having other females underneath her. So you tell me those females have to look at her as a guy, technically. They're going to do what they need to do.
It's just to me. I'm not gonna say though. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should have left India because at the end of the day, even if she didn't have that opportunity, hello,
I
girl.
figured you could edit, so I was just
oh,
getting.
goodness.
Sorry.
even if she had that opportunity, then it's like.
She
It's a
had
double.
that
That's the
opportunity.
issue, though. It's a double-edged sword. Like
is.
because
It
she
very
wanted
much
to.
so is.
Yeah, but like
come on
it's
now,
you know how
like,
insane it is.
You're going to this country. I get it. It's your people.
Right.
It's your thing. You want to do that. But come on now. You have to put yourself too.
But the gag is,
Exactly.
honestly, if she wasn't gonna do it, who else would have? I mean,
But
if they're
that's
gonna be
what I'm
real,
saying,
like people
right?
have
Because
to pave the way. They wouldn't
going
be people
back to-
making history if they didn't pave the way.
Going back to what we just said, right? Who is controlling our countries where our parents have come from?
But it-
It's not our locals.
In
Right.
today's society, just like you said, who's paving the way? You know how hard that is for somebody to pave their way to do something in a
Absolutely.
third world country?
That's why they don't. That's why people, when they do that, when you pave the way for something or somebody, you don't do it with expectations that
Now-
it's going to be easy
now,
or great.
what she
Everybody
What
struggles.
she could have done was do what she needed to do, build herself as a doctor. In England, build herself as the #1 practitioner there,
And who's
then come back.
But who's to say
Have
she
a
did? She
statue.
have an opportunity to even leave India? Who's to
Probably
say?
not.
Because you
Let me-
know,
Probably not.
regardless,
Go
even
ahead.
if she was getting paid a lot, it's in their currency. Doesn't mean that she
Right.
had the money to move to England.
Yeah, but you
Let me-
have that mindset.
Let me ask y'all a question. If it wasn't rapists, let's say if it was slavery, would y'all have the same reaction?
I'm confused. How would
Yeah.
How would
Because I'm
Ex-
the
put
reason-
it into
No,
a
wait,
situation? Put it into a
the,
situation.
Yeah,
the reason why I'm
exactly.
saying is because I hear what you're saying. It was, I mean, as a doctor, you're making money.
No,
But
don't-
but this is the thing.
We're
You're using a
thinking doctor
US
in
yes, you're
US
thinking US
mentality.
You know
We're
how
not
much
thinking
you know how much
doctor
the rupee
in
is in
India.
comparison to the US
Exactly.
dollar, and they don't try to like, oh, you're a doctor, so let's like it's not like
no,
that.
no.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking this, right, is because y'all saying is she might not have had the money. Okay, cool. So what if it wasn't rapists? What if it was slaves, and they still didn't have no money? Wouldn't y'all tell them to try to get out of India?
So you're saying like if there were people enslaved in India?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one thing, right? There already are.
I
But
obviously,
here's the thing:
but
There have
being,
been.
people are being trafficked. I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to be like, if someone's slaved, I'm just going to hope they can get out of the situation. If her being in India, her being a doctor, that is a completely different situation.
right. But what I'm saying is that's their circumstances. We can't sit over here and complain about their circumstances because they know their circumstances.
right.
You know what I mean? We're complaining because we see it as wrong to us.
No, but here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, right? Because it's not like we're seeing it like, oh, it's just wrong in our culture. It's wrong. They know it's wrong. This is the issue. This is what we're getting at.
Who is they?
Listen, there are people. There are people. They
Everybody.
teach this now. Like there is PSA saying that this is wrong. In these people, when they are being interviewed, they shift the blame. They just don't want to take accountability. They shift it to the woman. They shift the blame to the woman. They shift the blame to, oh well, yeah, I guess I should have just kept my son inside that night. He probably wouldn't have caused trouble. Like they shift the blame. It's not like they don't know it's wrong. People
'Cause
have
they know
moral
the gov-
compasses.
they
But this is what I'm saying.
know
If they're
the
shifting the blame, they know it's wrong.
Exactly.
So if they know it's wrong and 3,000 people have died
And
It-
you
they
still
don't-
wanna be
and
as
nobody
bad.
has done nothing,
because
it's not that
they're
much.
not getting consequences. If the government had set something up for where they
No,
would have
but
severe
we're saying-
consequences,
but who's going to give them the
But we're
consequences?
that's what I'm saying.
her.
If the government were to be set up,
But I'm saying her. She should know that she's going into a man's world.
that's tragic.
I'm definitely not going to say that.
Yeah,
but what I'm going to
I'm not
say
gonna
is
say
that.
Yeah,
If I'm not going to say that.
Nope.
But what I am going to say, well, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say that.
a man's world. Wait, pera.
All right, I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna fall back.
You're wrong. Cause
I'ma
you
fall
gonna
back.
Get me out the
I'm talking
Spanish
about
now.
In India,
I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna fall back.
doctor in India,
Yes.
and being that status,
Yes.
you should know what it comes with.
But this is my thing, yo. Like, I get that she was. I think we're focusing too much on her occupation.
I agree.
I'm not focusing on her occupation at all. What I'm saying is that if it was wrong, the government will put it in place that it was wrong, and there will be penalties.
No, because half the goddamn
That's what
time
I'm
it's the
saying.
government members that are doing it.
exactly. So they don't think it's wrong.
This is
Exactly. They're not gonna be
thing.
They
but
don't
what-
think
that's
it's
what I'm trying-
wrong.
That's what I'm trying to put in the perspective. Like,
If it was
that's-
wrong, there will be penalties
she
for it.
knew that.
But here's the thing, though. I'm not
I'm
going
not
to
saying she
say
did
her
anything wrong.
status. You can't say she
she
knew that
did wrong.
because at the end of the
You should know
day,
you
the
should know
highest.
your-
So
if you-
she should not take an opportunity
Because she just knows, because men
it's a
are-
man's world.
Listen, don't look at me. I didn't say it. I didn't
Go
say
somewhere
it.
else and do it.
I didn't say it.
What?
I didn't. Listen.
Why would she
Listen.
do that?
So it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
a man's
you're right.
world nowhere
Why
else.
should we do that? You're right.
She could,
It's not a man's
Flourish.
world in the U.S.
but U.S.
It's a patriarchy.
Yo, I'm filming.
They're
I'll
both
call you back.
patriarchies.
She could have came to U.S. and did that and her statue could have blew
But here's
up.
the-
and
How
it
was
went
she
back
getting
down.
to the U.S.? You know India.
Unless you paying for it.
You know India.
Listen.
Because
India's
here's the
a poor
thing.
country.
Listen,
You guys,
if she's
you
a
guys really
doctor,
have to put it into
she's getting- she's
perspective.
getting decent
Oh,
money.
You guys,
yo.
listen. You guys have to put it into perspective because
You
you
guys?
can't say that. You can't say that. Oh,
Richard.
in America, we
Richard.
just. You can't say you like. Oh, in America, we're we can't think of her situation like that because we're in. You can't think of her.
But we're
finances
also
in the same
comparing.
way
Yeah,
as
we're
an
also
American.
comparing her.
You cannot,
her
regardless of what the
salary to
situation.
what doctors make in the
Regardless of what the
US.
situation is.
What-
Regardless,
You have to know that,
regardless of what the situation is, 22, more than that are probably getting raped. Little girls are a part of that demographic. I think we tend to forget there are little girls who go to school, and that is the risk. They have the risk of being raped just going to school.
So they
You're
shouldn't
telling
go to
this woman
school.
that she has to stop because their risk. That's it. She has to appease them by choosing not to do that. That makes no sense.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't expect people to adjust their lifestyle just because, oh, that's how it is. That's how things don't change. If you decide to just stick to how things are never going to change. You can't let her sit there and just be like, oh, yeah, well, I guess I'm not going to be a doctor because I have the chance of being raped. I don't want to be a doctor because
So
it's in
if
the man's world. Things will never change that way.
She should what? If you had a doctor, right? And if you don't know what Doctors Without Borders is,
I think we should just stop saying doctor. Just label her as a female.
She's a woman.
She's a
That's
woman.
what I'm
That's it.
saying.
She didn't.
Her profession
Has nothing to do
has
with it.
absolutely
But
nothing to
that's
do
what I'm
with
trying
this
to say. It
situation.
does because her statue there is portrayed higher than what a woman is.
But here's the
She's a
thing.
doctor.
If
Let
I
me try.
think-
Let me
I
try to.
think-
Let me.
No, I feel like
your boy.
Let me try to help.
I feel like I know because I
Let me-
feel like if it was her stature,
Yeah, I
if it was
need another
that,
one too,
If
but-
it was due to her status in society, then why wouldn't the other whatever amount of rapes just be based off of that? It's not because of her status.
So the other females
I
were
think it's because
hold on. The other females were doctors as well. So
didn't they rape them?
So why was it okay for them to hold her legs while
Because it
she was
wasn't
being
them.
raped?
it was other circumstances.
But
Because-
They were doctors as well. So
well, I don't know they were doctors. I thought they were working.
no, they were doctors.
They're doctors.
As well.
They're just doctors raping doctors. Like, it's not-
Listen, I'm thinking it's because of her statue, and those females are like,
no.
no.
I'm gonna say it like this, right? Because there is stuff going on in countries, every country,
Absolutely.
that we would not be okay with. If we go to
Absolutely.
Russia, there's stuff that's going to make us sick to our stomach that
Absolutely.
they're doing. But my whole thing is if the government is not making people accountable for their actions, then it's not wrong.
I'm still
But
gonna
that's-
advocate for it though.
You know what I mean? You could
But
advocate.
that's-
You could advocate.
and I'm gonna stand for the women who are advocating
That-
for
but
it
that
there.
was
you
my
you could
opinion
advocate.
last night.
You could advocate as much as you want, but it's not going to change nothing.
That
well,
was
you know
my-
what? That's the best
Sorry.
part. You know that you saying it's not going to change anything, but the point is the reason why women are taking these positions, the reason why women are creating these foundations to help other women is because they're slowly starting to change. A few years ago, none of this existed. You couldn't even
None.
think of a woman being in a
None.
doctor.
Right, but even
now it's happening.
Even though it is existing, it's not changing what's
no,
happening.
it's not changing. It's not going to change overnight. It's not changing in an instant. It
It's not
takes a
gonna ch-
while for that to happen.
It's not gonna
People
change
have
in
to start.
India.
You have to start by entering those spaces.
You know what's crazy? In the U.S. and people from like India and Russia, they see all the stuff that women empowerment is doing over here, and they try to do it over there. Like that's it. Like they either die, get raped, or
Well,
stuff.
because they didn't have Susan B. Anthony. Our women empowerment
Right.
started how many years ago?
No, I'm saying like they look at that and that one person that
Well,
tries to.
I feel like woman empowerment is a downfall of our society. But
I agree.
We're gonna just.
I'm not going to say that.
We're gonna just.
I'm
But
gonna say that.
I'm gonna touch on what you
I
were
feel
saying.
like this is a downfall.
I'm not going to say that at all.
I'm
downfall.
I'm not saying that.
correctly. Women empowerment done
Down
correctly.
full.
Because there's a difference between, listen, all I'm saying is a lot of these cultures in the past, they've had successful societies that were run by women. And the only reason that they went extinct was due to like disease and stuff like that because, you know, colonizers and stuff. But, I mean, it's existed. So I don't think that's it. I mean, I feel like if it's happened in the past, perfectly fine, and everybody was happy. I
Who
don't
is
know.
everybody?
The people. I just said the people at the time. I said it. Did I not? That's the past.
Because
Because here's the
women
thing.
empowerment exists now, and
Okay, but
No, it's
like,
a different.
here's
It's
the
a
thing.
different day and age.
but
here's the thing,
This
here's-
is different. I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but I consider women empowerment and women independence is two different things.
I think no, because here's
Two
the thing.
different
things.
No,
I agree with
yes, women empowered. There are two different
I
things,
agree with that.
absolutely. But I feel like people tend to, and I really hate that there's such a stigmatism around like feminism and things of that, because of course you have people who are like, I hate men, nah. They're just they got their own issues, they got their own problems, they just got to go to therapy. But I mean, to say women empowerment is, I mean, then we wouldn't have half the jobs we have. We wouldn't have half the things we have. We have
Again.
to.
I mean, you guys.
Again, I don't take that from you. I don't take that from you
We're
at
not
all.
taking that from you. We're just saying a lot of stuff.
to say that is the single-handed
I'd
downfall of
I'd
our
all right,
society.
let me not say woman.
Y'all
I'm gonna
pointing the fingers
say
at the wrong
I'm gonna
people.
say woman independence.
Y'all
I'm not gonna say woman empowerment. I'm gonna say
pointing
what?
the fingers
No,
at the wrong
no, no,
people.
no.
You're pointing the fingers
No,
at the wrong
We
people.
we
Y'all
can
gotta
we can
open
get
your
on this
mouth.
topic. We can get on this
I'm
topic.
going to change. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
that.
We could definitely get on this topic.
Because
I'm
we
just
going
saying,
down
y'all
a
just
rabbit
gotta
hole.
We could
expand
definitely get on
your
this topic.
sphere.
No.
You know
Y'all
what I
have
mean?
to expand your sphere outside of male, female. Y'all have to expand. It gets way deeper than that. It's not just those two things. Y'all have to expand your sphere, yo. It's not those things.
What's not those two things?
It's bigger things. It's bigger than this.
That male and female?
The whole oh, the women are ruining it, men are ruining our society. It's not that, yo. It's not that. Y'all keep going back and forth. What do y'all think going back and forth is that's what? Oh, okay. Females wanting to wear pants.
I'm not blaming just the
men
female.
wanting to
I'm
do
blaming
this.
I'm
and
blaming males too, but
No.
a lot of things can't happen without the female.
Our downfall of society is us being so hyper fixated on gender roles. That's our downfall. Because when people were just living life and women were just doing what they felt, and the men were like, "Yep, yeah, stay home, cook." The women wanted to do it. Cool. That's cool. That's what
It
they wanted
wasn't
to do.
that women wanted to do it. Women couldn't even work.
Women, but this is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying. When people had when it wasn't people going constantly back and forth with each other, like, I think women are this and I think men are this.
Like, you mean roles?
Yeah, no, not even just like, yes, actually. Because at the end of the day, like, we all need to learn how to wipe our we all need to know how to like cook and clean. Like, we all need to know how to just be self-sufficient.
We all do, but once you learn how to be too self-sufficient and you don't need somebody, it's going to get lonely.
But that's on them. What does that have to do with the rest of society? If someone chooses to be alone, then that's on them.
But society is what's determining half of these households.
But okay, but here's my thing. I think we focus too much on other people's households, yo.
Oh, I'm not
If
worried
your
about nobody's
household's
household.
great,
I'm
that's all
good over
that-
here.
Because that's exactly.
I'm good over
and
here.
That's all that should matter. Because at the end of the day, if you know that you're providing a great thing into society and that you're building a great household, and your kids are gonna end up building great house. That's how it works.
No, see, that's where we come, because you can do what you want to do. Your kids are going to do what they want to do. It don't matter
No,
what.
but I'm saying instill the values.
Oh yeah, but you could still give the values that you believe in. If your kids don't agree with it,
Then they don't agree
they're
with
going to
it.
go their own direction regardless. And if they
Yeah.
agree more with society, they're going to go with society's way. And the
Man.
crazy part is that today's society pays more attention to TikTok than their own household. And that's the problem.
Not me. I don't know,
That's the
man.
problem. Half of these kids spend more time
I
on
am not a
TikTok than
TikToker.
they even speak to their parents.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with me.
You know what I mean? So I'm
'Cause-
not really talking about 20 and up. I'm talking about 5 to 18.
No, that's a different generation.
You know what I mean?
That's a new
Like-
They don't even know how to. They don't even know how to converse. They
Yeah,
don't
those are
know how to
babies. Those are
socialize.
babies. But those are babies. You can't expect that. They're kids.
No,
Like-
no,
they're gonna
no,
mature.
No, no.
But
No, they're
I'm
not.
saying 5 to 18, but there's older kids that's even, for instance, last night, right? We was at dinner, right?
Honestly, I would say up to 25,
Hey,
26. And
Jordan,
over 2,000.
Jordan wanted my contact information, right? So he hands me his phone to
Yeah,
put my
Jordan.
contact
No,
information.
that was just him being stupid.
right?
I'm letting you know that. That's just him being
And
stupid.
You know what was on his phone when he gave me his phone?
I'm afraid to ask.
Instagram.
He's being stupid. I looked at him.
Like-
He was like, "Oh, you know what? My bad."
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't give you his contacts.
Like,
he gave you his Insta.
bypass a phone number, bypass text message,
But however,
bypass email.
however, you can't be like, "Oh my gosh, this generation. He tried to give me his
No, no,
Instagram."
no.
No, I'm not talking about
No,
him.
I'm
'cause
saying. No, I'm just saying.
I know
like,
his values is different because I
Yeah.
know his surroundings.
Exactly.
But the difference is that it's not just his parents. The people his parents choose to surround themselves with is different as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is he's not to say grown, but he's out of the school.
Listen, y'all don't know Jordan like I know Jordan.
I'm
I'm not gonna air him out right now.
I don't want him to air out.
I'm not gonna air him out. I'm not
at
gonna air
all.
him out. I'm not gonna air him out.
But what I'm saying is he can still
Sorry,
represent.
nephew. You got thrown
We
under the
love
Nah,
you.
not at all. Because I'm gonna tell you, you can still represent yourself in front of family properly,
Yeah.
and that's what's important. You know what I
And
mean?
that's the funny thing. Now that you brought that up,
That's what's important.
now that you brought that up, because the question that I posed to the two boys, and you said to me, "You crazy? They not gonna tell you the truth." I said, "These boys grew up with us,
Right,
They're
but they
gonna
still
so they gonna tell us.
they still
the
ain't tell us the
truth.
blunt truth now. Mama might have told us the blunt truth about he only brushed his teeth 40.
No,
I didn't say no names, did I?
Horrible, yo.
no, but he did say it.
I gotta forget
did
that
admit
people
it.
don't
Nah,
know
they
us.
did say it though. They
He
did
did
say
admit it.
He admitted it after his mama put him on blast.
At
No,
the end
but
of the
he
day.
admitted it first. Both of them did.
I didn't hear that admit until after
they
mama put him
both-
on blast.
They
He
both
was-
said it.
They
were
said
like,
we might not have took a shower in the morning, but we took
They
a
were
shower
like,
the night
"Nah, No,
before they went to school. They didn't take a
They
shower
said
in the
we
morning.
woke up smelling fresh.
Nah,
so
they
as
didn't
long
say
as
smelling fresh. They said they
Listen.
took a shower the night before. They didn't take a shower in the
to
morning.
make a long story short, I think that's just a difference in generation. I mean, you really can't be mad at him because like that's literally how other people tell him like, no, I don't want
Yeah,
your
but
phone
that's
number. I want your
society.
Instagram. Like that's literally what he is like. That's
Right,
just
because
a
of his
generation.
because of his age group.
That's just his
And
age group.
That's understandable. But that's
I mean,
what
I'm
I'm saying.
positive it'll change too because I mean he's growing. He's only what like
Boy,
18.
Yeah,
no,
he's young.
he's not 18 at all. He's
Society
20.
He's 20 years. 'Cause he's like 2 years.
18.
No,
Damn
he-
it to hell.
Okay, never mind.
Nah, Jay is 18.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
all 18.
No.
but also like
okay?
you guys all
that means
know.
we getting
You all know, including myself,
I don't know these
when
people.
you were 18. Your mindset was absolutely different than what it is now.
Of
so
course.
you know they're gonna mature as much as they might not seem like it.
Generation was better.
As much as they may not. Hey,
I'm just saying.
hey. As much as they may not seem
said,
like
"Hey."
it.
Way better. What do you? There's no A.
He's not a part of my generation. You can't. I'm not.
Nah,
this is
I
one
wouldn't-
thing.
I
I'm
wouldn't-
never gonna say.
I wouldn't.
I'm never
I
gonna
wouldn't
say one.
compare
I
those right
don't
now.
say that one generation is better than the others, only for the fact that each generation has its flaws, and each generation has its like pros
That's
and
exactly what I was about to
cons.
say. You have to look at generations. Like for instance, our generation, I would say, was better as far as like going outside and playing.
Yeah.
and
But
stuff
that's
like
what I
that.
was going to say to you when you said that you can't blame them because they're kids. Kids in our generation, we didn't have technology, right?
Yeah.
We had a rotary phone. But we lived, I don't know about y'all, but growing up in New York in the summertime,
We lived
I
outside.
couldn't wait to be
Outside.
outside.
But so was
Fire
I.
hydrant, I'm
So was
You know
coming.
what I'm saying? You go to New York now in the summertime, kids is nowhere.
Y'all gotta,
Nowhere.
y'all gotta remember how new technology is. That's gonna be the younger
And
generation.
that's
because
what it
I
is.
was outside.
But-
That's what it is.
Jordan was
But
outside.
Yeah, that's what
like
it
we
is.
were outside.
Like we even talked about it last. Again, my significant other and I, we have a lot of conversations about real life, and we said, like, we come from an era where we actually been through different phases. We went through the payphone, the rotary phone, the neon phone. Remember, it used to, the clear phone that used. We went through the first mobile phone, that huge ass phone.
But that's because we went through the beginning of technology.
We went through the Nokias. We went through
Right.
the sidekicks. We went through the two-way.
Right, but kids nowadays ain't gonna go outside.
Society will always progress
At all.
whether we like
what's
it or
that?
not.
What's that movie with
Technology's always
is it
gonna move.
Sylvester Stallone and when they Back to the Future when they come back ahead of time and they have sex with the whole helmet on and
Are you talking about robot? What are you talking about?
no,
What in
what's
the
movie?
world are we
And they're
talking
like
about?
ice and they come back to life.
I feel like we should just skip over him. I feel y'all.
We're going to
Forget
edit
y'all.
that piece out.
Forget you. I know I can find the name of the movie.
Please
but-
do. I need you to.
I'm
'cause
not
I need to
editing
know.
that. I'm not editing that out. I need him to.
I need
look
to know
crazy.
what that is. What are we talking about?
Yo, like,
Hell, that went over my head.
yo,
You said
cause,
ice. I'm like,
huh?
And they had sex with a helmet on. Like,
What are we talking about?
Let me tell you. Hold
Captain
on.
America was in
And then helmet.
Matter of
had
fact,
a
who sent me the?
Revenge,
I think-
Revenge of the Nerds? Like, what are we talking about right
Yeah,
now?
showing the kids.
Where my other phone at?
Yeah, go
I don't
ahead.
know.
I'm gonna let you look for
I'm
that.
gonna find it. Hold on, watch.
But
That's
you
what
know what?
happens when you
And
have
as
two
much as you're
phones.
Back to
saying,
the
like,
Future?
oh my gosh, the
That's
kids nowadays, da 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 da. Imagine what their grandkids are gonna be like.
Man.
I mean, like,
But
it's just life.
That goes from what we said. Our generation that we had, that we're trying to instill to our kids, is considered the value.
But this is the gag. Like,
So it's
y'all,
like-
these are things that you instilled in your kids, and that's fantastic. You're trying to instill these values in your kids, but I mean, society's always going to keep
as
moving.
much as I try to instill going outside and play with my son, he's on his tablet
Mhm.
outside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you
Best
doing?
believe it.
Yo, put the tablet back in. Yo, we're eating food. Let go on the tablet.
Of course.
See, like me, if I'm eating food, I want to watch TV. I
Mm-hmm.
get it. But he's on tablet, YouTube, scrolling,
Yeah.
reels. I'm like, God damn, like, It's crazy, these kids nowadays.
I mean, it's life.
I'm contemplating.
It's crazy. It's
he has
life.
a tablet, and I'm like, yo.
Because I know when y'all were
but I don't know.
growing up and y'all were starting to like get phone calls on the landline talking
Yo,
to your
I
friends,
got
your
my
parents were
first
probably just like, "Oh my
phone.
gosh, these kids!" and they're talking to their friends on there. They probably looking at y'all like you were like doing the
Listen.
I
most
got my
too.
first phone when I was in 11th grade.
I was 18 years old.
I was 16, 17.
And if I liked the
And that
boy and
first
I
phone
gave the
wasn't
boy
even
my
on
number,
my
he,
parents' line. My girlfriend opened up a line on her parents' account and got me a phone.
oh, you
Period.
fancy.
Oh wow, you got a
Because
real
listen,
sticking a neck
the
out for
first
you.
time I gave a boy my number, his sister or his cousin had to call my house to ask for me.
Yep.
When they knew my
Aha.
parents.
Sorry. Demolition Man.
Oh.
Oh,
I know I'm going crazy.
Nah,
No,
did
you
look
really are
though,
crazy,
let
but
you
I don't
Shit.
know.
Yeah, I wasn't
Eyes
gonna-
kind of.
It's all right though. I found the movie though. Demolition Man. I don't know,
I don't think I've ever seen it, bro.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
but it's a movie from back in the day. But yeah, watch it.
Dang, how far back are you?
Back.
I
Back in the time.
I think it was like I think that shit.
Demolition Man, 19.
I think it came out. No, I think it came out in like '93.
Low is that
93?
skirt.
Yeah, I think it came out like '93.
3 years old, my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it came out in like '93.
I was 12.
I was still in my daddy.
Wow.
On that note, it's been real.
Wow.
That's how we
Wow.
Thank you for.
Wow. You see, she said, listen.
Wow.
After Daddy Nutsack, I mean,
I did not say that. I did not say that.
I know what she meant. I know what she meant.
I did not say a
Point
word.
of her not saying
Did I say that?
to
I didn't
use
say
your
that.
imagination,
Wait,
bro.
hey.
Quote unquote, Mr.
Hey.
Asshole.
hey, you know what I mean? Hey, I gotta be there, you know.
On
you know,
that
you know,
note, thank
you
you
know?
for joining us for
Thank you.
another episode of Hot Talk Real
Ha.
Talk.
And I ain't smoked today. Y'all should be proud of me.
Facts.
Y'all should be proud of me. I ain't get her
Able
high.
to stay
They-
up.
More in depth
his
in the
eyes
conversation,
open.
to be
Thank
honest
you.
with you.
More
I think you
crowd
should relax yourself.
participation.
Stop the shit. Stop the shit. Stop the shit. Stop the
You
shit.
I
was
say
more
this all the
hey,
time.
you seen how you took out that mic? You
Yup.
was-
Yeah,
it's because of the
exactly.
topics.
I guarantee you.
The topics.
There was no other
No.
podcast that you had the mic like this stand up and you took it out and you had the
Well,
conversation.
Yo.
technically, this is the first podcast where we had holders. So
No, as you tell, we
Yes.
had it
You're
the
a
last
liar.
time.
we didn't have. It wasn't a podcast. It was just conversation between me and her.
Like,
That was
So
just
that's not a
conversation.
podcast? That's not a podcast?
Well, goddamn, you know what I mean. It's our first time using it with
Having a
people.
guest?
A guest, right?
Okay, let me help you out, brother.
You know what I
'cause
mean.
Back it off.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You was
Anyways,
in conversation.
thank you for joining us on High Talk Real Talk. It's
Ha.
been real.
Ha.
It's your girl, Empress Davy.
And your boy Mad Trini.
And our special guest, thank you, Richard, for coming through. Miley's Corner. Check him out.
He got
Best
check him out,
hookahs
y'all.
in
He got some
Orlando.
hooks.
Orlando's Hookah Connect.
All
He
right?
got some hooks for the loops. You know, come on in.
Say that again. Say that again.
Hooks for the loops.
Make sure,
That's a general statement.
make
Period.
sure you like,
No
subscribe,
tampon.
and share, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Period. No tampon.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
we're
sorry.
not done yet.
Hey y'all. Thank y'all very much for coming in, checking us out. High Talk, Real Talk.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
Seriously, yo,
Tell
check
your
YouTube.
friends to tell a friend. And if you want to join us on the panel, hit us up. The application is in our link. And
It's in the
we hope
bio,
to talk
yeah.
to you. And if you have conversations or topics that you want us to talk about or anything like that, hit the DM, all right? All right,
YouTube.
so stay tuned.
YouTube.
Yes,
Every time I
YouTube.
post, I'm be posting the YouTube link. Y'all gonna lose to YouTube. Show us some love. Share it.
I mean, I know y'all
subscribe.
like us on the TikToks and the Instagrams and such, but check out the real episode
Yeah, the
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
And with Spotify, just in case you're working
Oh,
out,
yeah.
you can't physically watch it, throw on some headphones, listen to us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We entertaining, and sometimes we got some stuff to say, and then sometimes we talk a
You
little.
know, we talk about some
little
real
ish.
stuff, you know, in a comical kind of way sometimes, you know. But anyway, it's been real. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for joining us, and we out.
Bless.